recap of what happened in the last session. Utter chaos. So some people turned up, some people didn't turn up, some people turned up partway through, some people left partway through. It was the biggest clusterfuck of a session I've ever seen, but we didn't die. So in the last session, the group, or our group, the Shuttle managed to recover and collect themselves following the undead swarm that attacked the city of Waterdeep. I picked up where they were meant to be going and picked up their quest to escort a wagon load of supplies deep into Kryptgarden forest. Before going, they were stopped by the wizard Wes, who asked them to retrieve some items, some magical crystals for them from within a cavern system that lies somewhere within the forest. He didn't give you much more information, just that you'd know it when you found it. He also modified your bag.
Guessing they're probably blue then.
They might be blue. He modified the bag of holding to allow you to carry some of these crystals, and also gave you some buffs to some of the weaponry and items that he'd originally done. Gave you as a bit of a recompense, as a forward payment on these items. Following that, you and your group, including Johanna, travelled towards Kryptgarden Forest. However, it's not an easy trip. The entire land seemed to be pickpocketed, spotted with remains of an undead force, which mainly left you alone until you kind of got a bit close and they started converging. Unfortunately, this led to you running the caravan throughout the night, straight into Kryptgarden Forest. Upon arriving,
Does this mean we're actually RPing well, being half asleep?
technically yes, because everyone's not really slept properly in about 24, 36 hours right now. So yeah, there was that. Upon arriving at Garden Forest, using a special lantern that Bartran had given you, the guy who contracted you for this quest, revealed an illusionary path into Kryptgarden Forest, which you followed until you found the mighty Draken Fortress, which was in the process of being attacked, again via a large swarm of undead creatures, similar to those that attacked Waterdeep. As you arrived at the fortress, you found that it was being protected by some form of magical warded barrier, which appeared to be rapidly failing. You managed to get a message to Vala inside the fortress that you were here, and they helped you and they worked together to clear a path for you guys to get into the fortress. Upon arriving in the fortress, it was confirmed that the fortress's magical barriers and their wards were on the brink of failure, and the fortress was soon to be overrun. Vala took you guys to the northward, advising you of a crystal cave that was located not too far north of the fortress, in where ancient magical Draken crystals were contained. Simple pickup run. Go and speak to the elemental guardians who watch over the cave and protect the crystals, grab a few crystals and head back towards the fort to bolster the defences and make sure it doesn't die. Upon reaching the crystal cavern, the elemental guardians would not respond to Vala's commands and instead attacked. You dispatched the two large earth elementals guarding the outside and made your way inside, which is pretty much where we left off. As you've walked inside this cavern, you have encountered a much larger, seems to be earth elemental formed of dark stone and rock. The difference with this one is this behemoth of earth is dotted and covered in small crystalline fragments, small greenish, bluish crystals. Upon Vala trying to reason with the creature and say, "Move aside, let us get the stuff," it decided, "I'm not having any of this," and started to move forward to attack. And that is where we left off. I believe we rolled initiative. So what we're going to do is jump straight into combat, and we'll just go from the top. So let me sort that out. So I'm just sorting the audio. There we go. Okay then. So from the running from the top of the order.
I don't appear to be in the order.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. If you want to roll yourself in for me.
Did it work? No. I need to select my token. No.
So are we still like half knackered?
So
Or did we
everyone's
rest?
currently has a point of exhaustion as
Okay,
well.
cool.
So the
What does that do again?
so 1 point of exhaustion just gives you disadvantage on all ability checks. This-
Where should I be? Where should I be on the Where should I be on the map? Because I can't see anything.
okay, let me sort your bear out. Because you're in bear form right now for some reason.
I just dropped me down. See if I can see stuff.
Let's do
You can
that.
see a bat. Go beside
That's a big
yourself.
bad guy.
Can you see now?
Let me. Yep.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay.
Just put yourself on the table. Alright,
There we
I'll
go.
chuck you there.
It's rolled using my normal gnome sheet.
That's fine. You're on the table now. Okay then. So Vala is the first to go. She's going to take a step forward and speak out. Modron, what is wrong? Why do you attack? And hold her actions to see what's going on. Temerity.
What the fuck? God damn it, I got kicked out of the game.
You got hit so hard you dropped after the game.
Yeah.
Well, we know what Timothy's going to do anyway. He's just going to start firing, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to do the temerity thing.
That's what he
Fuck it.
does.
There's something big. It looks dangerous. We're half dead. Fuck it. Let's fight.
That's the perfect time.
I mean,
Do it, Varys.
Range, pointy death.
yeah, that's what we're supposed to do, right? This guy's obviously threatening. So, I'm just going to cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
Did that work?
Yep.
Yes, that worked.
So you're casting that on the big guy, yeah?
Big guy. On the big scary one. Do I have line of sight of him?
I'll say yeah. I'll give you line of sight. He's quite big. It's quite hard, easy to hit. You can probably quite easily hit him in the shoulder from where you are.
Alright. Then, we're gonna quite easily hit him in the shoulder, hopefully.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Oh,
Nice.
And that doesn't have the D6 in there, hang on.
Is that? Yeah.
Two D6 because it crit.
Yep. Sure. Okay, just checking something. Okay, so you strike and the arrow digs deep into the shoulder of this stone behemoth. Dealing 26 plus 7, 33, 39. Doing some damage. Doesn't seem to have doesn't do as much impact as you hoped.
Okay.
But you can see where the arrows hit. Small cracks form just around where you struck, but the creature doesn't seem to be phased by it.
And I looked at Vala confused, like, we're doing this right.
Apparently so. A sigh.
Okay, I'm just having a look at my spells and spell slots.
Oh god.
Well, we can't. If I remember correctly,
Don't
we have
think too hard. Just shoot it.
Yeah. Well, the trouble is, some of my shooty things is going to break all the crystals, which is the whole point we're here.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
A psycast
What
shatter,
power
every
that?
crystal explodes in a chain reaction in a small nuclear detonation. You all die, the campaign ends even earlier.
Well, either that or fireball, which in this enclosed space is going to have pretty much the same effect.
You can
You
try.
can get a mean fireball on these two.
I'm going to right. I'm just looking at something at a relatively low level that I can fought them with. Fuck it, chill touch until I can think. I'm going to go to here,
Yep.
and I will do chill touch against this thing, which is a necromantic attack. So I'm guessing it will probably have a reasonable effect.
If you hit him.
If
You
it
do. So the icy hand flows through and just kind of slowly caresses the creature down the side of the face. It seems to reel as it shudders, taking 9 points of necrotic damage.
Duel shudders as well. That was gross.
Nasty, man. Nasty. Is that your turn, Hisai?
I think so. Yeah, I'm bravely retreating to the back. Yeah.
Okay. Duel. Your turn.
Okay, so I don't really know what's going on. So what I'm going to do is cast Hypnotic Pattern, and I'm hoping that these things are wise enough to be able to be affected by it. So let's find out,
So DC 15 Wisdom save.
please.
Guess
So it's
what?
a 30-foot cube, so it's
Yeah.
just these two, I guess.
Modron does not succeed.
Ooh, yeah. So basically, he just stops doing anything. So I shout out, "No one hit him or do anything to him. Let's just see what's going on first." And then I just run around the corner, like over here, out of the way.
Okay,
That's it.
so both creatures are now. They see this pretty dancing pattern and they're like, "Ooh, shiny," and are currently incapacitated.
I bounce some light off the crystals, and they like refract all over the ceiling and stuff.
Basically, turn into Disco Cave.
Yeah, basically.
It's like is that like a relative of Disco Stew?
Yeah. So Modron is going to do nothing.
Cool.
Kindar.
If I recall, my weapon doesn't hurt it.
You have a +1 weapon, don't you?
No, I just got like a standard maul and greatsword.
Okay. If I remember correctly, does your right damage turn your damage into magic damage?
Only the right damages, the rest is just normal.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah. And I used
Uh,
coal before, which I remember did nothing as well.
So look. Well, you can see. This isn't the same creature you fought before, and they might do something. So, up to you.
I don't think I would hit the big one at this stage. He's just likely to wake up and squash you.
Yeah. I think I'll just go stand here-ish, where I'm in the way.
It just strikes me that we have an
And
opportunity
have
that
my,
we're here to get crystals right. If
Yeah,
there's-
maybe we get the crystals. Yeah.
If Father agrees,
Good
why don't you
point.
just pick the crystals whilst they're looking at the shiny lights?
It's a good point.
Violet says, I'm not sure what you did, but that might be a good idea, actually. Fucking cards.
So how long have we got to stuff things in a bag?
You have so hypnotic pattern lasts up to 1 minute.
So
Ferris's
we've got
turn.
10 rounds.
Ferris's turn. It's the last time I create custom creatures for you guys.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Great creatures they are. Ferris is gonna move up here by this crystal and growl menacingly.
At the crystal.
That's it.
Aishi.
No. I can see what you're thinking. Get the crystals, Aishi.
Aishi kits, flurry of blows. Okay. Aishi is going to move up towards this crystal here. And attempt to trying to pull one out. So he's going to make a athletics check. With disadvantage. Nope, so Aishi's pulls at the crystal, but it's deeply rooted in the bedrock. He fails to remove one of the crystals. And that's his turn. Grimble.
Okay, so we're not attacking him, right?
No, don't hit him.
Okay. Oh,
all you hear is
okay.
rawr, 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 rawr.
Bite the crystals out.
Okay, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
I'm thinking we should
Are
ask
they the only
how you
crystals?
normally harvest a crystal.
Presumably you just hit them until they fly out and you can pick them up. That's
No,
what
I'm a
happens if
bit.
No,
I can't
just-
ask
just
anyone
pick-
anything.
No, just pull out. Do not hit crystal. Do not hit crystal.
you press X to
I'm
mine.
gonna have to take the long way around. Hang on. Up there. There we go. That's my turn. Oh, hang on. No, I'll dash. Sorry. Yeah, forgot I can do that. Yeah. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, Rocky 3 is going to do nothing.
Pretty lights.
Vala kind of sits there, like, looks at the things, looks at Aisha. Well, kind of turns to Duel. He's not going to move, is he?
No.
Not for a bit.
You sure?
We
Yeah.
have not long.
We should probably all get on it. Get with the crystals.
Okay. She kind of runs up. Move aside. I'll show you how it's done. Come on, Vala. Yes. She takes one of the large crystals in the center of the formation, grips it, and manages to pull it out of the bedrock, and is now holding this 3 foot long, probably almost a foot thick, deep blue crystal. You can see as it's pulled from the ground, it's got this strange blue mist swirling within. So, okay, they have one. Let's get out of here before they wake up. And
We only need one.
these very powerful.
Okay. That's easier than it should have been.
Yeah, really. Temerity. Shoot it.
I'm
Go
going
on.
to.
Shoot
Don't. Clarity, leave.
it. You feel a whisper within your skull. Shoot the thing.
I'm going to move to here.
It has loot.
Oh, but it does.
It-
What would the green crystals do?
Great.
I'm going to hold my action.
Okay.
I feel like there's some DM fuckery that you're going to do.
No. Asai. Well, I say no.
Yes. I'm going to go over to here and shout to Duel and say, help me get some more of these. One is good, more is better.
Okay, yeah.
And if Duel will help me, I'm going to see if I can get and pull some more of them out.
Yeah, can I give advantage?
You can kind of take your goes at the same time if you want. It will be your action
Yeah.
to do that, so that's fine. So I make me an athletics check
This is going to go badly.
with advantage.
Oh, that's not bad.
You start pulling away at the crystal, and nothing seems to be happening, and then Joel just kind of comes over, puts one hand on it, just helps you out, and not quite as large as the crystal that Vala pulled out. This one's only about 2 foot long, still decent size, and you've managed to obtain one of these crystals.
Yay!
Okay, it's going in the bag.
Yeah, I was
Um,
thinking, how are we going to carry all these? But yeah, we have a big bag that we can put everything in.
We will see whether
let you
Wes's magic lives up to its billing. If not, we've got a problem.
Okay, Mordrin's going to do nothing. Kinder.
Is there a wall blocking the way out?
From where you can.
I seem to remember you did do that, didn't you?
was
Yeah,
not-
we got blocked.
That was just my. That was my. You're not going to get out of this fight that easily, but. No, there's no wall. You from where you are, you can't see actually.
So 5, 10, 15, 20.
So now you
25.
can see the
30.
exit.
Oh man, it goes a lot further.
Is clear.
Okay. Everyone, it is time to go.
Would you like to make a dash action?
Oh shit, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, Ferris. Okay, at this point, I'm going to say, are you all just going to piece it out of there? Because there's
Yes.
no point doing that. Doing this round by round with my
I'm
inanimate
going,
creatures.
I'm going to see if I can get at least 2 crystals.
So greedy.
And,
Okay,
and
we'll
I
keep-
want to
we'll-
see if
we'll-
I can.
We'll keep in the initiative order then.
We don't get extra EXP for getting more crystals.
Remember.
E
He's unlocking trophies, so you have to collect
So
all the
it is.
crystals.
The reason I'm doing
Wes
this, folks,
wants
is
us to get
remember,
one.
Wes wants one, and I'm going to claim I only got 1 crystal. So if Vala wants it back, I've still got one in the bag.
I was doing the same thing.
Okay, so is that Ferris's go done?
Yeah, he's a little closer to me with the dash. That's
Okay.
it.
Icy looks. Oh, I wanted to fight the big thing.
Yeah, me too.
And he's
That sounds
going to
about right,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. He's going to get. He's
Tell you
just
what,
gonna dash
Aichi, right at the very end, we can go, look, there's green crystals on the big thing. You can go and get one of those.
it. So he's just going to run. He's pretty much out of the cave. Grimble.
Quick question: how big are the crystals next to me?
They're decent sized formation. It's kind of formation you get like a smaller one, a medium, and a large in this formation. The small ones are only about like a foot. They're like foot, 2 foot, 3 foot.
More to the point, would Grimble be able to hide one behind his back if he was a gnome?
The smallest one, yes.
Okay. Is Vala looking in my general direction?
Vala is not far from you, and the crystals are giving off a nice glowy blue light. If you want to do one, if you want to try and grab one, you can make a sleight of hand check to do it.
Yeah,
sneakily.
I'd like to try to do it with just like grab my jaws lightly around the smallest crystal, pick it up. So
Okay.
yanking it out, and then going into gnome and hiding it.
Okay, I need a athletics check to retrieve the crystal and a sleight of hand check to hide the crystal. Okay, so this athletics check succeeds, so you should do your sleight of hand as well. So we'll do it all. We'll do them both at the same
As
time.
the bear?
If you're going to be shifting into gnome form, do it as the gnome.
As the gnome. Sheet. Okay, and sleight of hand, which is better as a gnome. So I click it. Don't know if it did.
Nice.
So in one foul swooping movement, Grumble in bear form reaches up, gently takes the crystal, yanks it out, flips into the air. As it's in the air, switches back into gnome form, grabs it, just hides it. Just as Vala turns around. Come on, no, come on, we need to get out of here. I'll move your bear into the pool just for now, make luck so we don't destroy you off the initiative table.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
That is going to be your action and bonus action, so you still have your movement.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to. Yeah. And that's my turn. And I'll be right back.
Okay, Rocky 3 is going to do nothing. Vala is going to head down to here, shouting, "Come on, come on! Let us get out of here."
Yes. I'm just trying to get this crystal with you in a moment.
Vala shouts, We have a crystal. Come now.
Spares are good.
No, come now. We do not take too many crystals. Cause problem.
Right. I'm ignoring her, and I'm still going to go for one more.
Okay.
And I'm failing.
As you try and pull the crystal out, nothing. No budge. Wasn't your turn.
Joel, do you want to see if you can do any better before we book?
Not really. I don't want one anymore. I want to leave. I'm dashing. But Temerity's going to.
Yeah. I'm assuming Temerity's going to run though.
I don't want to stay like.
It just gets. It's like,
He
like
really
side
wants
of
to
it's
it.
got,
it.
it might have magic stuff.
Is that a magic cloak?
All I'm saying is this guy's gonna have to come back here later on and deal with this, with or without us.
Good.
Crystal lasts a long time. It's okay.
Okay, I leave.
Alright. Right. Are you leaving, Joel? I'm.
Yeah, I don't want one.
So you
one
can
go.
you can move up to your movement because you've done your action. No, you don't. You've already had your go.
Alright. Well,
You failed.
okay.
So that was your action. You took it out of turn. So you can move up to your movement.
Well, I've got loads of movement, so. I can potentially get to about there if I want to. We've got 40 foot. Or thereabout.
So you've used 35 of it, so you can move one more square if you want to.
No, I'm good where I am.
Okay, Duel.
I'm gonna dash over to Valor.
Okay. And with that, I think Grimble, with your little legs, it takes you a minute, but you do Grimble manages to catch up. Everyone kind of hangs around the entrance for him, and you see this little pair of gnome legs running in a very awkward position. Like he's one arm behind his back. Looks like he might be scratching an itch or something like that. Grimble, would you like to try and pass the crystal to Hasai?
Yes.
Okay, so I think we will look for an opportunity when Vala is looking the other way.
So
Can I assist with this and just distract Vala maybe if I see him come around the corner?
what would you like to do?
I'd like to, because I'm a little bit in front of Vala. Can I just like grab her by the arm and like pull her sleeve and stuff and be like, "Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go."
Okay. She goes, okay. We are going. And she starts moving with you. Grimble, give me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
That'll do it.
That'll
Do
do
it.
big. That'll do. And so, as Grimble runs up towards you, you can just see like, he kind of pokes the crystal out from behind his back. He's like, take the fucking crystal. Take it.
In the back. Alright.
I imagine with a 21, he flicks it up into the air and Hasai just like catches it with the bag. It goes straight in. That was smooth.
Grimble pulls out his baton twirling skills that he's held in reserve all these years. Just does a few twirls, a little flip, and whoop, into the bag in an artistic display. As Vala and the rest of the crew start running out.
Okay.
So, we lose Daz. That was it. His baton twirling secret's out, and he's ashamed and left.
That's alright, at least we didn't lose anybody important.
Well, as soon as we're outside, then it's turn to Vala and go, right.
One sec.
You've got
One
what-
sec. Let's move you outside and do the maps. There we
Oh
go.
yeah, there's an outside map.
There you go. Okay, so everyone successfully books it outside, and you're now all standing out there, outside the entrance to the cave. The
Right.
crumbling heaps of smouldering stone, where the which were the previous elemental, previous earth elementals that you fought, and
Right.
the area still littered with the bodies of several undead creatures.
Right. Vala, you sure we've got what we need? And what are we going to do about that big thing who was meant to be on your side?
I do not know. There has been many strange things happening in this land over the last few days and weeks. Right now, we just need to get back into the fort and get this crystal. Grace cannot sustain the barrier for much longer. We must go.
So someone's going to come back and try and work out what's wrong
Yeah.
with him then?
I don't know right now. We need to get back. And she just kind of
Okay.
pushes past you and starts marching swiftly back towards the keep.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with that, particularly as she hasn't asked me any questions.
Okay, so the rest of you are just heading off in the same direction as well, heading off with them.
Yeah.
Heading back to the keep.
Bards for the win.
I give Hasai a knowing look, a little nod. Well done, Chief.
So, removing the initiative table for that fight that never happened.
I'm sorry.
Not salty at all.
I feel bad.
You should do.
Okay, we were doing good in that first round, and you messed it up.
Oh dear.
I mean, you started off with a big crit, doing like 20 points of damage to this big creature, and then
would
just
we have killed it quickly?
No.
If I kept critting, we would have.
if Temerity was doing 20 damage a round, you would have taken it down eventually.
Okay.
But no, I'm sad now. Okay then.
Well, I would remind everybody that it was actually technically on our side, if we could actually get it to realise that.
Anyway, more on that later. So the rest, doesn't take you very long heading southwards towards Draken Keep, and you get back to the outer. So you pass through the barrier, which is as you pass through it. First time you moved through it, you felt this almost this strange warmth wash over you. As you go through, you feel as you pass through the barrier this time, almost nothing is felt. The barrier. Previously, you could see it quite clearly. It was flickering slightly, but there's practically nothing. This is a wafer-thin shell holding back the horde at the moment. You find the rope rope ladder that was previously used to descend from the side of the wall, and Valor quickly scarpers up the top and heads onto the wall. So, just for reference, we're talking about here. Okay, so I must get this crystal to Grace so she can fortify our wards. Come with me. And she heads eastward towards a watchtower at the far end of the keep. You enter the keep and you travel up ignore what's on the map. You travel up a spiral staircase heading up into the watchtower.
What,
Go on.
who's or what is in this keep? I mean, how well can we have a brief whose forces stuff?
So as you look around, so you can see the keep layout is very much as you see it, and you're only on this wall at the moment, so your vision is quite obscured. But as you look down into the actual yard, you don't see a lot of people. You do remember seeing several, must have been archers, crossbowmen dotting the western wall, as that's where the brunt of the attack is currently happening. You can see the odd person running around below, but most of it is encased in these in stone buildings, and from your vantage point, it's actually pretty difficult to make out any details at this point.
But they're regular troops. They're Vala types or what?
Again, you can't see from here.
Okay.
So, I mean, you've got like one or two people running. You see one or two people running around below you in the courtyard, carrying quivers, which seem to be just wearing common common clothes,
And we're being ushered where?
eastward into the tower.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
As
so
we're- As we're on our way, I want to ask Vala, what makes the crystals magical? Because it looks like souls. Is there souls in them?
no, these are not soul crystals. These crystals. There is there is a font of magic that lays deep beneath the cavern, and these crystals absorb the magic energy over time. It takes many years, hundreds of years, for them to reach peak content. I can't think of the right word. This is why we must be very careful when harvesting these crystals, so we do not run out. That's why we only take one for it. Otherwise, if we take too many, then our supply runs out and the fortress loses its magical protections.
Would it not make sense to have a spare? Or do they... Once you've harvested...
When harvested, they slowly leak their magical essence. When taken away from the source of the power, over time they lose their energy. If we kept one here, it would merely fall into disrepair and the magic would be lost.
Oh, I see. Right. It might have been good to tell us, but still.
Why?
They're damn difficult to pull out of the rock anyway.
Sorry?
Yes, they're very well embedded in the rock, as I found out when I failed to pull one out.
Make a deception check.
I did fail to pull one out the second time.
Make a deception check. Okay, she's going to counter with an insight.
Ooh.
Yes, the crystals, they are heavily embedded in the bedrock. They are rooted, not just physically, but also magically. But anyway, we must go. As she rushes over to the east. And into opens up a big metal door opening up into this kind of like watchtower type thing with a spiral staircase that loops around into the upwards. This way. As you head in, sorry, as you head up the spiral staircase, you can see a soft blue glow emanating from the room above you as you head up the stairs. As you get to the top room, it opens up into a large chamber. In the centre of the room, you can see this dais, a pedestal, and floating above the pedestal is a crystal very similar to the one that a large blue dragon crystal, very similar to the one that she pulled out from the rock earlier. It kind of seemed not held in place at all, just seems to be floating in place. Inside the room, you see a young elven girl, messy brown hair, kind of pulled into a tightish ponytail. You can see beads of sweat falling down her forehead, and she looks exhausted. It looks like she's been there for several days. She's currently channeling some kind of arcane energy directly into the crystal. In the centre of the room, just a very thin, pale, bluish, electric-y stream channeling directly towards the crystal. On the other side of the room, just straight opposite her, you can also see Johanna knelt down in a prayer position, seeming a glow, a faint glow around her of this divine energy as she seems to be meditating and focusing on the crystal. Go on.
Could I make an Arcana check to see if I can work out what she's trying to do and if I could help?
You can make an Arcana check if you want. So it looks like she's channeling her magical energies into the crystal to keep it going and add her magical powers, adding her magic essence and arcane power to the crystal, basically trying to top it up and keep it going as long as possible.
So potentially I could do the same.
Potentially, yes. But
okay. I'm going to go over and try to assist her.
Well, as you start moving towards it, Vala says, "Please stand back. We must swap the crystals out quickly. Grace, I brought another crystal. It is ready to go." She looks up. Thank God! Thank goodness. We couldn't keep the barrier running much longer. Quick. She stands up. But give me the crystal. She wearily stands up from the kneeling position that she's in. Takes the crystal. She moves over, and as she gets there, she reaches out towards crystal, and you can see this what you previously couldn't see before. This like shimmery barrier around that kind of sits around the crystal. She quite easily passes through, takes the crystal there. From there, and as she removes the crystal from its font, the very light blue glow that was previously present diminishes completely. She quickly takes the other crystal, pops it back, just kind of almost places it in midair, and as she does so, it starts to float and levitate slightly, and then slowly starts to turn. And as it does so, you can see the light, a glow kicks in from within the crystal, as Grace starts to recite some arcane incantations, and the crystal starts to glow, pulse, as it turns. As it does so, only after a few seconds, the crystal starts to just kind of levitates and circles around in a nice, relaxing motion, pulsing with this light. Quite bright, very bright this time, almost as if you can't. It's one of you can't look directly at it for too long without it starting to hurt your eyes. That's for all of you.
Definitely listening to whatever incantation she's using.
Yep. You don't recognise it, but you don't recognise the incantation, but you can tell it's some kind of looks like some activation magic, or in order to basically kick this crystal into life. From where you are, most of you can there are narrow windows, like arrow slits at the top, and you can see as the crystal is removed, the barrier protecting the shimmering field that protecting the fortress momentarily disappears. And as soon as the new crystal gets in place and she activates the incantations, the barrier returns. This previously kind of shimmering yellow, this returns in a light blue, almost a yellowy blue, strong and almost. As you look out, you can physically see this barrier now. So it's not a case of before it was shimmery. If you caught the right light, this is a thick, you can kind of see a couple of inches thick, light, translucent blue barrier that kind of warps the light as it goes through. As she does so, you can see the barrier starts to pulse, and swells, and begins to grow. You see Johanna continues muttering a prayer under her breath, and the light around her begins to grow, and she glows more and more and more. As the barrier outside the window, you see it pulsing and growing and swelling, and just keeps going, until after a second it stops. It seems you can almost feel a hum of magic in the air. You like almost like static electric. You can feel like the hairs on your arms and head start to tingle slightly, and there's almost like a pulse, a wave emits out from the barrier in all directions, and the barrier shrinks, returns to what it was, flickers, and disappears.
Whoa! Sorry.
See, Grace.
Is that meant to happen?
Vala says, yes, the barrier, thank God, is restored. And the surrounding undead forces should be dispelled.
Good.
Thank you, Grace. That's right. I need to rest. And she's kind of then goes faint and goes limp, and she starts to fall.
Go to try and catch her.
I'll let you have it. As she starts to fall backwards, Asai darts forward and just grabs her, and you manage to grab her in your arms, and she's now she's fainted and passed out in your arms. She's quite light, actually. Even for your pitiful strength, you're quite easy to hold her and keep her aloft.
Can I just chuck a croissant towards the side to see if he drops her to catch the croissant instead?
Yes, Asai, what would you like to do?
He's found. I'm sorry, I found something more valuable than croissants at the moment.
So
Yeah,
as you
But
throw
good
it,
looking elf.
so you throw the croissant, and the croissant just kind of hits him on the side of the face and bounces off.
You can see a moment of indecision.
It's almost like time stands still as the croissant flies through the air. Aside. No, and slaps across the face with a croissant. Aishi is not that one at all. Aishi darts in, grabs the croissant before it hits the floor, holds it up like some kind of trophy, takes a bite, and then throws it out the window.
I think your colleague needs rest and maybe attention.
Yeah, we need to sleep. We're tired.
Fella says,
Actually, we need rest as well after the trip here.
We're doing some weird stuff. We need to rest.
Vala's just got to sit there. Very first, you can see the impressed look as Sosai catches Grace as she falls, and then the look of confusion as this croissant flies through the air out of nowhere.
Oh dear.
Yes, great. I'm impressed and strangely creeped out. Grace has been.
It's a long story with a cross.
No,
Ignore him.
no, it's fine. It's fine. Grace has been working for many days to keep this barrier from failing. Had you not arrived when you did, I don't know what we would have done.
We try to help.
If you bring her,
Successfully, but try.
bring her down to the barracks. I will lay her in a quarters. While doing
Okay.
this, you notice as while this conversation is going on, you kind of interrupted by as you turn and you see Johanna still in a meditative position.
Oh. You deal with Johanna. I have my hands full. I mean, I'm helping.
Your friend appears to have. She appears to be very tired as well. If one of you would like to grab her, we can make a bed for her in the barracks.
Yeah. If
I'll
you
go and
wish
get
to
her.
do that, yes. Somewhere with no booze, or at least if the booze has locks on it, if I know anything.
You are a strange group, but
Oh, she's a recent, well, not so much addition. We've met her. She's a very valuable individual, but she does like her drink. I know. I got a bar tab.
this does not surprise me. Yes. Come on, let's go. So Duell, you attempt to pick up Johanna. I need an athletics check from you, please.
Okay.
She's wearing armor. Going to be fucking heavy.
Can I just push her over so that she falls over and wakes herself up?
As
Kindar, go and help.
as you as you kind of as you walk up to her, you kind of put a hand on her shoulder to move her, and as you do so, almost in a trance, Johanna's hand snaps on, and just grabs you, and you it squeezes.
Ow.
Huh? Kind of brings like, huh? Oh, you're back.
Wake up, pumpkin. We're there.
I need a drink.
We're at grandma's.
See, I told you. You hear as I disappear.
Look, he was not wrong. Oh God. Oh, I'm back. Is there a bar around there? We
No.
do not have a bar, but you did bring in several casks of ale with your caravan. You are welcome to some. Good. She kind of just slowly gets up off the floor, gives pats Duell on the hand, and so let's go.
My now broken fingers.
He's got this mangled hand. As she puts her hand, you can feel a small warmth as you cast like a level 1 cure wounds on you. Come on, guys, let's go. And very really starts heading down heading down the spiral staircase.
I think I need a bath.
I'll get a tankard ready for you. So as you all head down, you follow Valad and Hasai down the stairs, and you kind of down one level, down another, until you get to ground level. As you look around, so as you head down, and you kind of get a bit, now that you're in less of a rush, you get more of a view of the watchtower around you, and you see it is very Spartan in its decoration. It's quite very bare. It's functional. You can see chairs, you can see tables, you can see the odd bed mat rolled on the floor, stocks of spare arrows and quivers, and even the odd bow sits against some of the arrow slits in the windows against the wall, against the in the watchtower. But very little in the way of decoration. You can see the odd banner hung from the interior wall, depicting the icon of the Blood Hunters, which just kind of like a deep red banner with a black symbol edged on it, a drop of blood with an arrow through it. And you can see a couple of these banners down the walls, but apart from that, little to no decoration. This is very much a functional area, not a pretty area. As you head out further, and you head down through the doorway at the base of the tower. It kind of takes you out into like the main open area of the courtyard. Vala motions for you to follow her, and you head down towards this building here. She opens up the door wearily, and inside you can see several rows of beds and chests of drawers and desks kind of arrayed out within this room. Again, very similar in the watchtower, is very bare, no decorations, very little personal adornment. You can see the beds are neat, tidy, well kept. A few banners hang up, a few thin windows, one at either end let in, and at the sides let in a little bit of light. But it's pretty dull in here. She lights a few torches, a few candles, lights up the room a little bit. You can see at the end of each bed you can see a small footlocker, which you assume contains personal possessions and things like that. It says, You have done much for us. Come, use this area, rest. You look like you need it. Lay Grace down on the corner over there. She needs her rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we just take one, or there's a one?
Just take a bed. Take a bed. They are shared. We work in shift patterns, and when we are not working, we are sleeping.
Okay.
So you feel take one.
I shall, take one in the general area, and just at the moment I imagine I'm utterly knackered as well, so as soon as Grace is settled I will find a nearby one and crash.
Okay. Vala says, now I have business to attend to. We must find the source of this encouragement. I will come find you in the morning. Good night.
Night.
Didn't you say something about ale? Tomorrow. Get some rest. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Fine.
Do you have any washrooms? I would actually rather a proper bath rather than an ale bath tonight.
There are a few tubs and things scattered around the room, which assuming you could be filled with water and used. Just all in the same open area.
Sure, I got spells for that.
Okay, I leave you to it.
As soon as the Sai's more awake, he's going to actually move into the tent, so it's somewhere a bit more civilized.
So as Val is now heading out of the room, good night. Time-wise, it's only late afternoon right now. But I'm getting a lot of echo from Charles. There we go. It is late afternoon.
Actually, I need to go and put my thing back on my laptop.
Okay, it is late afternoon right now, so it's not dark, but you kind of. This is the kind of time where if you're going to sleep for like 12 hours in a go, this is the time you want to do it, because you guys are fucking knackered. So Vala says her goodbyes and heads back out of the main area. Johanna kind of stuns, so like you can almost see a bit of a childish pout as she looks around. Fine. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a hip flask. Anyone want some? No?
No.
Good?
Yeah.
And it's gone. Just takes it in one shot. And she finds one of the beds and just falls down, face first, and starts snoring very loudly. Hasai, are you activating your tent? Muted.
Not at this moment in time. I'd say I'm probably sufficiently tired. I will crash with whatever facilities are available. I will worry about civilization when I'm awake.
Okay then. So at this point, so you can Grimble, you can take your wash. The rest of you can do your preparations and you head to bed. Head to bed for a well-deserved sleep.
Yay.
As you get into beds, you find they're functional. They're quite hard, stiff. Not the most comfortable things you've ever slept on in the world, but they'll do the job. And right now, you're so tired, you don't even care. And everyone falls to sleep. And I'll give you now a few minutes just to go ahead and perform a long rest. So recover all spell slots, HP, any resources and things like that. I think that's it, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The ring is
The
back in
ring's back.
action.
I think I had 2 charges anyway, so it would have got 3.
Ah,
I weren't sure, so now it's definitely on 3.
good. Did I meant to do? Yeah. Oh god. Let's close off all of these NPC, these monster character sheets, because I'm not going to use them. He says not bitterly at all.
I'm
I'm
sure
sure
you
it
will have
would
the opportunity to kill somebody else with them.
Yeah. This is true. This is true. Okay. So just to help you keep an eye on actually where you are, I'm going to drop Aishi onto the map as your little location marker. Now, one thing you may notice is actually there are actually 2 sets of grids on this map. You can see very faintly the white outline grid, which is the normal Roll20, but it has a built-in grid as well. And the actual scale for this is 1 square equals 10 feet. So, for example, this room is 30 feet by 40 feet. So it's quite it's quite a large area. It probably looks smaller because of the scale, because of the way it do on the grid. But it's actually quite a large area. So Aishi is actually like this big.
Okay.
I'm making him larger just because it makes it easier.
So we're all in that room, and so's the Elven Mage.
So Grace, Johanna, and yourselves are all in this. Just imagine there are a couple of beds in there. This is not a to scale accurate depiction of the map. It's just to give you an idea. Okay, so everyone has their long rest, and you awaken early in the morning. Early in the morning, about 8ish, feeling relatively well rested, a bit groggy. You've all removed your point of exhaustion, so you're now back up to your full strength, and you're well rested. At the moment, it's just you guys in there. Johanna is still snoring very loudly in bed. As you look over, you can actually see his half-taken armor off. Like there's a glove on the floor, a boot, one arm hanging out of chainmail. That's about it.
What? She's human, right?
She is human.
Yes. I tend to go, humans are such slobs.
As Hasai wakes up and rubs the drool that's from his face. And he's still got he hasn't noticed, and no one's told him, but he's still got a few croissant crumbs in his hair. He hasn't quite noticed from where he was slapped with the croissant.
The moment I see a mirror, prestidigitation back to immaculate.
So at the moment, not a lot's going on. You can't. It's relatively quiet. You can hear sounds out in the distance, but mainly just people moving around. You can hear the odd horse whinny, the movement of the wheels of a cart outside, but it's relatively quiet. The air of panic and desperation that you felt when you first arrived within the keep is no longer present.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Question for people, for the GM, for people who've forgotten stuff. How are we being paid for this? Was it in advance, or how was it done? I'm just thinking, are we meant to be collecting money? Was really the question.
I don't know if you can't remember.
Can I remember? I know.
I don't remember. No.
It's a shame.
Would it not have been from the guild guys?
Yes, but I'm thinking.
If only you guys had made note of it in your journals that you all have.
No. Foolish of us.
All right, so we've got no idea.
Let's just say that we've already
Let's
got
have a look.
5,000
Wanted
gold.
escort. Let's have a look at that.
I already
Reward
did.
600 gold piece. So I'm imagining that this was probably not all up front, is where I'm going.
Yeah. We need to go back to Waterdeep to get
Probably.
the rest.
Whatever. Well, it's probably not going to do us any good here anyway.
No.
Yeah, no, it's much as spend. Yeah.
We should at least check in with whoever we've passed the wagon on to see if we need to get it signed for or something. No?
Yeah.
Otherwise, here, have it, a wagon. Yeah, we delivered it. We didn't just put it round the corner.
Royal Mail track and trace.
It's like right outside the city. We just slept there for a few days to make it seem real.
Yeah, came back with a few scratches and a few cuts. Okay, so as you're discussing it, as you're having a chat around in the morning and everyone's kind of waking up, stretching, the main door to the north opens up and Vala wanders in. He says, I see most of you are awake.
Yes.
Is she still alive?
Probably.
I don't
Yeah.
think dead bodies don't normally make that much noise.
And then, oh,
Are you sure? I mean, there's nothing but dead bodies around here. They're all making a lot of noise.
this the ranger speaks true. Okay, so again, I thank you for bringing the supplies to our keep. If you had not done so, and had you not been the ones to come with it, I do not know if this keep would still be here. So you have my gratitude. If we have sorted, the wagon has been sorted, and Brennan, our quartermaster, has taken supply in the stock. You are welcome to visit him when you are ready. You will have a few items for you as way of thanks for your assistance, not only with bringing supplies but also getting the crystals yesterday. What should have been a normal run was more complicated than I thought. I'm not sure what is there. As I said yesterday, in the past few weeks, there have been some strange goings on in Kryptgarden. Stranger than normal. Something is at work. I've dispatched some of my scouts to try and find the origin of this horde. I expect them back soon.
Do you have a plan for dealing with the Guardian? Because actually, from what I understand, he should be an ally, and well, we need to return him to what he was, presumably. It is a he, not an it. I don't know.
It's not. It is a thing. It is an elemental.
Well,
It is.
It is a living thing. It is a construct. If it's a living thing, and even if it's elemental, it's a he, is it not, or something?
I never stopped to ask, and I did not try and inspect his balls.
You
You
know
know he has balls.
They might be. I don't know. I do not.
I was more if
I've never got
I was-
close enough to find out. He's
I
there.
was more
He lets us in. He
ref-
gives us crystals. We go away. It is all good. He has been there since we got here.
I was more referring to the fact he is sentient, and if he is an ally, then he deserves to be helped.
I agree, but I believe we have more pressing matters. The crystal we retrieved yesterday will keep this barrier running for another few months. So, and I believe whatever is causing these problems within the forest may be the root cause of Mordran's issues as well. We will deal with these undead incursion, and then we will, if necessary, return to the cavern to see what ails our guardian.
Do you need us to help you deal with this undead blight, or is it something that you can handle by yourselves?
Normally, Alexander would not accept assistance from outsiders, but our need is dire. This fortress is not what it used to be. The men we have stationed here, most of them green recruits. This area recently has been converted into a training ground rather than a defensive position. This area, Kryptgarden, has always been a dark and unforgiving place. It makes for a useful training area for our recruits. But our main forces are to the main fortress to the east. We have but 20 men here who are able to fight. And judging by the numbers that we've seen, I believe we will need your assistance.
Cool. We would love to help.
It will be
Yeah.
most grateful.
Well, look, if you need the help, then we are certainly interested in that. Where are your other forces? What are they dealing with?
They are away. They are not. They are away. We have fortresses and outposts dotted throughout the land. Our main force is at our headquarters to the east. There is no reason for a force to be here. Again, this is our training area. We bring recruits in. They train here. They learn our ways, our rituals.
I was just wondering if you were dealing with whatever befell Waterdeep.
We have not had word from Waterdeep. What happened?
Ah, you don't know.
The same thing that happened here.
We have been in this fortress for the last. We have been unable to leave this fortress for 2 weeks.
They were attacked too. It was nothing really that special.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
a
killed
large
them there too.
force of undead attacked Waterdeep. I mean, nowhere near the numbers that would take to actually take the city, but certainly anyone outside the walls had to be evacuated or would have been slaughtered. We don't know where they came from or why.
This is troubling news.
They
When did
probably
you say
came from
your
the forest.
person was coming back? Your scout?
They should be back in the next hour.
Oh, cool. We'll wait.
I will speak to Alexander. He leads this fortress. Okay, we will send the word to the Grand Master of this. This may be larger than we think. I thank you for the information. I must go and speak to to Master Alexander. In the meantime, you are free to use these quarters. I have told the recruits that you have leave to wander the yard and go see Brennan. He has a few things for you.
Breakfast? Question mark.
The morning breakfast is being served in the main hall. You are welcome to join us.
Yes. Duel marches off. Without another word.
As soon as the word
Sounds-
breakfast is uttered, You hear a clattering in the corner as Johanna scrambles to put gear on. Okay, I'm ready. I just kind of quickly just jogs after Duel. Wait for me.
Yes. Breakfast sounds good, and we appear to have surplus croissants. I know because someone was throwing them at me.
Well, we don't have that one anymore.
They are my croissants.
Yeah,
so
sorry,
keep
I threw it out. I threw that
Asian.
one out the window, Hasai. Sorry. It's tasty though.
Ow.
Okay, so you're heading over to the breakfast hall.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll use this as a breakfast hall. As a group, you kind of head out. Valid turns off and heads to left towards the main keep and points you over to a similar sized building over towards the right that you actually passed earlier. Inside, you can see one or two recruits sitting around eating from bowls. At the front, you can see a large pot with several bowls as well. It appears to be some kind of porridgey, gruely. Doesn't look the nicest thing, but it looked edible. You think a big ladle. Kind of get the feeling that just kind of pour yourself a bowl and go and sit down and eat it.
Because I will wander up and go, yeah, I'll have a small portion. Yes. Yeah, we'll poke it and see if it is as nasty as it appears to be.
You each grab a bowl. It's quite thick, quite gloopy. Doesn't look that appetizing. As you sit down and chow down, it's not as bad as you thought, but it's not good either. Not a lot of flavour to it. Fills you up though. Not the kind of thing you'd choose to eat ever. But it's like 2 notches above starving.
Yeah, reminds me of home.
Yes, I think the rations I have in the tent are probably better than this.
I was just like, don't be
Yeah, but
rude,
they're less homey.
Hasai. God. As Aishi says, don't be rude, and he pulls a croissant from his bag and just. I do love a good croissant in the morning. Finishes it down. Even dips it in the gruel a little bit.
Philistine. At this point, I'm storming off. I'm going to find somewhere in the courtyard to set up the tent, and I'm going to make a coffee. If you may recall, I have a little coffee set that I bought.
So as you put the tent down on the ground, you speak the magic word. Nothing.
And I thought my day was going to go so well. I should expect this. Oh well, put it back. Yeah, I'm still.
Is it because we're inside this magic barrier or something? Maybe.
Quite
Possibly.
possibly.
You can feel free to go take it down to open up your tent. The magic barrier disappears, the under attack, but Hasai gets his coffee.
Yes. I can at least use prestidigitation to try to make this muck taste better.
So everyone else, you see Hasai gets up, puts his chair and he just storms out, leaving the bowl there. 30 seconds later, he comes back in, looking even angrier, sits down in a huff, waves his hand over the gruel, and chows down. I mean, like, say this was like a 2 out of 10 before, it's now a 3.5 out of 10. With a taste, with like a hint of cinnamon to it, about it.
Okay, we need to find this man, right? What's his name? Bertrand or something?
Brennan.
Yeah.
Brennan.
Oh,
Bartrand was the other shopkeeper.
okay.
Yes, I want to speak to him. He's got some bits for us.
So, what if we just change the name of the forest? I feel like that'll solve all of our problems.
Just call it. Change it to Happy Sunshine
Fluffy
Forest.
bunny forest.
Yeah, if you call it Kryptgarden, of course all the evil bad guys are gonna go there. Change it like to the Forest of Rainbows. No lich is gonna tell his minions to go to the Forest of Rainbows. Problem solved.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Yeah, there's
some
a point
points.
there.
Yeah, we should mention that.
So is this going to become a new thing? Whenever we meet some arch enemy, we're just going to have to give them a really stupid name.
Make them less imposing. I am Neloth, the Great Red Dragon. We're going to call you Nelly. But you just see the CR rating dropping every time you insult him.
Just to embarrass everyone to death.
Yeah, that's basically my job, isn't it? Really.
Basically, yes. It's pretty much what you did to Mordrin and his elemental friend.
So we go to look for the shopkeeper.
Okay, so you kind of pop out into the courtyard and have a bit of a look around. You can see a few people milling around, not a lot. You can see, as Valor mentioned, there are about 20 soldiers, but they appear to have some common folk around as well, carrying bits and bobs, moving things around, tidying up. You're not sure these could be brand new recruits. They could be just volunteers, maybe even slaves. You don't know. After looking around a little bit, it doesn't take you long to find in the far end, on the other side, there in the other watchtower at the base, you can see find a. You open up the watchtower, have a look inside, and you can see behind the kind of You know what? I'm going to start this again. So in front of you, you can see kind of this barred, almost like shop front, small window, almost like a bit like a bank type thing. So you've got little window slide things through, but the rest is like barred and armoured. And behind it, you can see several shelves stocked with items and things like that. You can see a half-elven man, slicked back hair, going to like mid to top knot, clothes. Nicer than the ones you've seen around, just kind of standing around looking quite regal. He sees you come in and goes, "Ah, yes, you must be the adventurers that Vala told me about. Have you come to collect your wares?"
Yes, thank you. You've got a strange voice. I want to see how he reacts.
He just stares at you. With
Okay, yes, we
disdain.
have. Is your name Brennan?
Yes,
Yes.
I am Brennan.
Is there some paperwork, of some kind that we need to return to the merchant?
Yes. He pulls out this. Almost looks like a binder, about 20 pages. He goes, "I'm going to need signatures on here, here, and here. On each page." And hands it to you.
This guy's such a tool.
And hands you a quill.
No, I regard this as perfectly normal and sign with a flourish and pass on to the next one.
No, every page.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm used to bureaucracy.
It takes you about 3 minutes to go through them. We're talking like 60 signatures here right now, and by the time you finish, your wrist is a bit achy. That'll do. Takes the paperwork, files it, tears off the back page. Here, give this to Bartrand. He'll give you your payment.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's just my signature then. Okay, fair enough.
Any
It's very
signature will
efficient here. It's a bit unusual for this amount of paperwork for such a
No, it's not.
rugged place.
Rugged? Who are you calling rugged?
Well, the lack of home comforts I noticed in the barracks.
These hunters aren't one for the finer things in life. Anyway.
Yes. So I've noticed from the food.
Yes.
I meant to ask. I have a tent I was trying to get something out of earlier on. I don't appear to be able to erect it. It's a magical thing. Do you have some sort of suppression field?
Yes.
We need to leave. This guy's a major tool. Duel just walks out.
You
He's
actually
tired
just
of it.
saying that.
As Duel walks out, I take it you don't
Duel
want your
leaves.
supplies then?
No, they can bring them. I don't care. I'm getting out of here. You're a massive douchebag. That's what she says straight to his face.
No, just no reaction. You get the feeling you may have heard this
She's meant to be the
before.
one- She's meant to be the charismatic people person of the group as well.
I can tell.
She's playing hard to get.
No reaction. Wait here. And he turns around and he starts to grab a few bits and bobs off the shelf into a small box. He's very slow and deliberate, so he takes a potion down. Studies it. Studies it a bit long, looks back at you.
What are we actually getting, by the way?
You'll see when you get it.
Oh my god.
Takes a few other items down.
I fucking hate this guy so much.
He brings over
I
this
have to
box.
say, it's almost as if I recognise the accent from somewhere.
I know what you're talking about. He brings over a crate. It's with a small wooden pallet type crate, and it mainly contains vials and potions. And in there you get a potion of strength. I'll write these down for you in a minute. But you gain a potion of strength, a potion of dexterity, a potion of regeneration, and 3 greater of the second level healing potions. I think they're greater ones. No, superior healing potions. I believe this is the second level one. I want to say. Here you go. This is what Vala requested for you. Sorry?
I think Superior is a third level.
I can't remember. You get healing. There's great, superior, and there's normal. There's basic, superior, and greater. I can't remember the order they go in the top of my head. You get the level 2 ones, the ones that like 4d4 plus 4 or whatever it is.
I think that's greater.
Greater. Yeah, let's go with greater. So you gain a potion of dexterity, a potion of strength, and a potion of regeneration. I'll list these items for you properly, and 3 greater healing potions. Here. Take these.
Okay. Have you been here long?
Yes.
Yes. Just curious. Yes. You do seem such a people person.
Yes. I am. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Have you considered changing the name of the forest?
I think I'll leave my
no
colleagues
response.
to it.
Blank face.
Just saying, no lich is gonna come from the forest of unicorns and rainbows.
Quite.
Foolproof.
Where would I find the mage who was working? I'd like to have a chat with her.
She was still asleep when you left.
In which case I will probably will return and see if she's still asleep.
Okay. While you're there, though, you do notice behind the armored area, there are a number of. You can see other items behind there. You can see a few bits of armor, weaponry, and the likes as well. So this is like a stocked provisions and armory area as well. Anyway, it says, well, if that's everything, I have a busy schedule to get back to.
Can I insight check that? If he does stuff he's meant to do.
Charles, get echo from you. You can insight check it, Charlie. You get okay. So this guy thinks he's doing busy, important work. That's what you get from him. So you think, is he busy? In his mind, yes.
Got it.
I stick my head round the doorway and I'm like, are you guys done yet? This is so boring.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
I think.
Then let's go.
I'm done.
Good day. He just kind of stands
Fuck
there.
you, guy. She shouts.
A single tear rolls down
I
his
apologise
face.
for Joel.
She gives him like piercing eyes and just flicks the V's at him.
Seems to let anyone into the fort these days.
As we walk back, I'm like, I should have cast friend on him and then just made him do stupid stuff.
So you now have your 6 potions. So again, I'll put that in chat. So that was a potion of
We
strength.
may want
I'll put
more
proper item cards as well. But
yeah. We may want to try to get more stuff out of the guy, but let's have a word with Vala to see where we're going, so we might know what we need.
Mm-hmm.
For example, does anyone need any more arrows?
Oh, I could do some javelins.
I'm actually good on arrows. think.
Now's the time to stock up.
Yeah, I'm fine on arrows.
Of course, you will probably have to fill out the appropriate paperwork.
So, would anyone like to go back in to speak to Brennan and to obtain supplies? I'll make it
I was
plain.
thinking, if we're going to do it, let's only do it once and find out what we want first.
Yeah.
So you
If
can
there's
see
anything
various-
that
you can see-
magically raises charisma, then maybe, but probably not.
Well, he's clearly using it.
Yeah.
I think he has a suppressant on.
He's got a ring of negative charisma.
Yeah.
The ring of the gun. Okay, but do you want to go back in there and and obtain some items?
Duel doesn't really need anything, so I say no.
Okay. Anybody else? Do you want to try and get some javelins, Kinder?
He's such a douche.
We need supplies, but I don't want to talk to him.
Is it
When I
worth
was in there,
putting up
there
your
was any
talking gin and
javelins.
getting the
Yeah,
javelin?
I mean, I can just ring around something if I need to.
Okay.
I'm not
I like the
desperate for
fact that
javelins,
you
it'd
guys
just be
like.
nice.
No, we don't actually need that. I'm not getting any more items. We're not going to get vital supplies because the guy's a bit of a dick, and he worries me. Okay, so if you're not heading back into Brennan's place, where would you like to go? Just head back to the common area that you were in before. Wait for Valor.
Well, Hassar, you wanted to speak to the mage, right? Do you want to go and do that now or later?
I'll do it as soon as she's suitably recovered, because I want to be fairly friendly.
Okay. Maybe we could see that the leader guy, what was his name? Alex? Alexander, yeah. Maybe we could go and visit him.
You know, talk to him, find out what we think we're heading into. And I said, I think do all that before we have to deal with what's his name, because we might get a clue as to what we might need that we haven't got.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's go and see if we can find him.
Okay then. So you saw Vala heading off towards the main keep before. So is that the way you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so nice big set of double doors at the top here. In you go. So the main keep entrance is you see impressive set of heavy metal double doors, good 10 feet up, and probably as much again wide. Quite easy to open though. As you head in, you can see quite a large hall, hall in front of you. One large table sits at the front with another desk not too far behind it, with a large regalish-looking chair in front of it. Standing in front of the desk, you can see Vala talking to what seems to be an older man. From what you can see from where you are, like I say, he's an older gentleman, big, like your stereotypical witch hunter type hat, long, flowy, long, dark, black studded leather armor, bits of plate here and there.
Van Helsing.
I'll just sit there and go,
Yeah, you get.
that's that.
This is your Van Helsing type. From where you are, you can see, you get the idea this guy's probably in his late 40s, early 50s. He's seen the prime time, but even from here, like on the other side of the hall, you can feel this dominating, imposing presence. It kind of just fills the room. As you walk in, the conversation stops. Vala turns and says, Come in, and kind of beckons you over. As you wander over to the front desk, she says, "May I introduce you to Master Alexander Rostova?" And she kind of gives a bit of a bow. "Alexander, these are the brave adventurers that helped me." He kind of stands up. And as he stands up, he's a beast of a man. This guy is easily 6 foot tall. Not quite as wide, but he's Again, this big imposing presence. He stands up, doesn't bow, just gives a nod and goes, and says, "Welcome to Draken Fort, adventurers. You have done us a great service in aiding us in our time of need. We are in your debt." Vala has been bringing me up to speed with the recent, with the news that you have brought from Waterdeep. These are troubling times. I have sent word to our main fortress in the east of the news and requested reinforcements. However, I believe this situation requires action as soon as possible. Vala says you are willing to aid us in this endeavour. Are you still willing to do so?
Indeed. What do you propose?
We did say that, didn't we?
We've recently received reports from our scouts, and we believe we have located the epicenter of this event. How much do you know about the history of Kryptgarden Forest?
How much do we know?
Not a lot. You know, it's dark and evil, and people generally avoid it. It's very
Got a
well.
bad name.
I'm going to make a history check to see if I know anything.
Okay, make a history check. It's dark and scary. People avoid it. Not a lot of stuff is known about it because people don't go there, and people who go there generally don't come back. Says,
We know it seems to be full of crypts.
yes, he says. Long ago, the forest was not always so. It was once vibrant, full of life. Despite its name, it was a lot of the nobles of the likes of Waterdeep and Neverwinter were entombed in this area due to its serene, calm beauty. It was once a lovely place. About several hundred years ago, a powerful lich decided that he didn't like the nice, calm nature of the area, and he decided to make this his home. He built a mighty fortress, the Ziggurat, in the center of the forest. You can imagine this did not go unopposed. Mighty band of adventurers, not too dissimilar from yourselves, rose up, defeated this vile creature in its lair, and sunk it beneath the forest itself. There he has remained. There he remained sealed, kept away from the world.
I take it they never located his flat. I can never say that word. Thank you.
Phylactery. It was never found. The decision was to seal the area within a deep underground cavern, and this was the purpose. Sorry. Following that, this fortress, Draken Fortress, was built, and those adventurers became the first blood hunters of this era. We are their descendants, and we have kept watch over this area for many centuries.
Plan didn't seem to work so well, did it?
Evidently not. So it would take a great force to unleash Horin from his sealed prison. I felt it several weeks prior. A dark force swept across this land. We believe this may have been the catalyst for his awakening.
Okay, so the undead was only mostly contained until recently.
Indeed, since his reign, this forest was forever tainted by its dark magics, thus corrupting the forest to its core.
Okay.
But not to the levels that we have seen over the past weeks. Our scouts have visited the entrance the sealed entrance to this cavern system, and it has been shattered. Via magic, via the recent seismic activity, we cannot tell. But undead have poured from the gate, from the moor. And I've reason to believe that our long-sealed ward has broken his bonds. If we strike now while he is still weak, we may have a chance to end this before it truly begins.
Did it appear to be broken from the inside or the outside?
It was shattered in many directions. Our scouts were unable to tell.
You mentioned that something triggered this. Was anything seen, or just trying to see what might have happened about that time?
We are unsure. All we know is many of our older initiates, our more magically attuned initiates, felt a dark presence sweep across this land several weeks ago.
So
Cannot tell.
you're not a magic not primarily a magic user yourself, then.
I too felt this, but my arcane abilities are limited to our rituals and rites.
Okay.
I plan to lead a strike force against this underground cavern to try to end this before it begins. Will you assist us?
Yes.
What are we planning to do? Kill the Lich? Again? Or seal him?
Whichever is possible.
We need the phylactery.
Let's say hopefully we find the phylactery this time. If it's even in there.
We do not
Do
know
they-
its location. We may find it,
Yeah.
but right now my main concern is putting this to rest as quickly as possible before a greater horde descends upon the land and causes untold destruction.
Would
Okay.
I know, like, where a lich would keep his phylactery? It's,
They
I know
hide
it's
it.
your favourite enemy, but liches are very
Not like-
clever things and they hide them in loads of places. It could be anywhere.
Yeah,
It's
but
not like, your common lich generally hides it under the bed in a small box.
yeah. Well, it's less of like, oh, is it like in the box behind the bookcase, or like, is it going to be somewhere nearby? Is what I want to know.
Generally, liches tend to keep their phylacteries somewhere nearby. Generally,
So they
somewhere
can
in their
guard
lair.
it.
So they can guard it, so they can feed souls to it, and the like.
So it's
So
Right.
it probably is there somewhere, but they couldn't find it last time.
So it's inside somewhere. We'll find it.
Okay.
Do we have
We can hope.
some? Right, we know that in order to defeat the Lich, we're going to have to smash this thing. Do we have someone with the ability to track this or locate it? Because otherwise, he's just coming back.
I will take my best hunters with me. We will have to see when we get in.
What if we just destroy everything in the ziggurat?
This would please me greatly.
It's like fun.
Just
Yeah,
think.
let's do that.
The information handed down to us over the years has tallied with time. The area has been sealed. I must admit, even I do not know what we will expect to face within the cavern system.
Okay.
We do-
Ziggurats.
They're
like-
a ziggurat.
They're like pyramid-esque things, right?
Yes.
Oh, I don't like
The
pyramids.
steps,
Steeped pyramid.
Aztec version ones.
We
By
plan to
lesbian. Nice.
we plan to strike at first light. So if you have any preparations to make, speak to Brennan. Maybe he has some items that you may be able to use.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
I see
He's
I
such a
see
personable person.
I see you've met Brennan.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a tit.
He is, but he's very good at logistics and bookkeeping. And surprise, believe it or not, we do not have many volunteers to work in this area.
I don't think he's going to help with that.
He will help.
Will he help us? I was
Right.
kind of rude to him earlier.
Let's
not-
make it.
Don't worry.
You have magic for that.
Everyone's rude to him. He's rude
Okay.
back.
Let's make a note of what we need. Let's only do it the once.
Yes.
Right. So we're going somewhere. Well, for all intents and purposes, underground, even if it is above ground because it's a pyramid. So we need underground kit. So we need torches, ropes, holy water. I'm assuming you have you have holy water here. Lots of it.
We have a stock.
Oil, metal spikes. Thoughts, people?
I could do with a new weapon, as I doubt my hammer is going to do much to a lich.
You there,
What?
half orc.
Yes.
Where do you come from?
Far to the north, in the mountains, unfortunately.
Didn't you say you were part of, or shall I just stop talking now?
Yeah,
I can-
you
I
get an evil.
I feel our rituals and our magic surround you, but I do not recognize you.
I was with the Order of the Mutant until recently, I suppose.
I see. Distant
Your
cousins of
orders
ours.
really need to work on your
Yeah.
PR.
I know. It's hard being the last.
I was more thinking, if you had names that sounded more appealing.
We mutate ourselves. What's the problem?
Yeah.
It's very apt. It's technically correct.
Very on the head.
Yeah, because he turns to you, Kinder. Our orders have not always seen eye to eye, but
Mm.
we have need of your skills. And should
Damn right.
and if you are truly the last of your order, as you say, once this situation has been dealt with, you're welcome to join us here.
I'll bear it in mind.
Now, we have much to plan. We must arrange our scouts, our troops. You are free to wander these halls as our guests, and I will make sure Brennan makes his wares available to you. We will move at first light. If you need more, I will be here.
Right. I have a magical tent which I keep things in, but I don't appear to be able to put it up. Is there somewhere where your field does not affect it?
Speak to Grace.
Okay.
She maintains our wards and barriers.
Ah, the elven woman. Yes.
This gives you
I,
a hint.
okay. Thank you.
And heading out?
Yeah.
I'm to find Grace.
Okay. For now, I'll chuck you back into the common room for now. As you enter the common room, you can see Johanna just kind of sat in the corner, in like a meditative, prayer-y state. She looks up as you come in, and gives you a nod. So, what's going on?
We're gonna kill a lich.
Excellent. When?
All right. I have no idea.
Tomorrow.
Oh,
I think it was. It's that first light, wasn't it?
can't we go now?
No.
Well, I think they, generally speaking, you want to fight these things when it's daylight.
Where is it?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is there's kind of a ziggurat-y thing near here. So even though it'll be daylight outside, it'll be dark inside. But I believe that their powers cycle according to the moon. Actually, you should know this.
No,
You're a
you're thinking of-
cleric.
You're thinking of werewolves.
What he said. Lich is a lich is a lich.
Well, does it not matter when we do it then?
Not to me. You should go now.
Oh, talk to the guy in charge. He's the one organising this particular thing. He's invited us to. Essentially, a long time ago, they left
the galaxy
unfinished
far, far
business,
away.
and now we're having to clean up the mess.
Isn't it always the way? These adventuring types never get things done properly. Fine. Well,
But the good news is there's a wonderful supply thing which they've made available to us, and you can go and ask him. He's a really friendly person. I think you'll get on with him really well. Particularly ask you about ale.
He sells loads of alcohol.
Oh, excellent. Good to know. Whereabouts is he?
I point her in that direction. And go, have fun.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I've done my morning prayers. I'll go and have a chat with him. I'll catch you guys later.
I want to sneak behind her and listen to that conversation.
I just sit there and go, that was enjoyable. That was.
Are you going after her, Temerity?
Yeah, I want to hear that conversation.
Give me a stealth check, please.
I suspect I may be able to hear the outcome from here, but
Get you familiar?
no. If Grace is here, I'm going to talk to Grace.
You get just down the path to about there, and Johanna turns around. You kind of like poke your head out of the bush. You know, yes, Temerity, can I help you?
I'm going to.
Okay, come along then. Come along. Why are you in a bush?
I like bushes.
You are a strange lot. Come on then.
Okay, I go.
Okay, Dad's just seen your message. Thank you very much. If you're here next time, that's fine. But no problems. I will run your druid into the ground and try and make sure it doesn't die.
Ironically, I'm actually waking up at the moment. I don't know how long it'll last, but for now, I'm here.
Alright, see you later, Daz. Sleep well. Okay, so Hasai, you notice that Grace is no longer in the room. Anyway, so Temerity and Johanna. So you just make idle chit chat as you head down, and then you reach the tower. Johanna swings open the door. Walks in. Good morning, friend. I understand that you have supplies for sale, including ale. Is that right? Yes, we have things for sale. Are you with that band of adventurers that came in earlier? Oh yes, yeah. I travel with them. They're friends of mine. Oh goody. What would you like? You can see it's very see. Do you have any ale bottles, flasks? We do. Can you be more specific? Just points behind him. They're on the shelf over there. Thank you for being so helpful. Walks over and starts browsing. It's just like a shelf of bits of food and stuff. Takes down a few bottles of various ales and wines. Says, okay, sunshine. I'd like these, please. Have you got the right paperwork? Sorry? Have you got a sign? I've not been authorized to sell you these goods yet.
Revenge! Revenge!
Walks up, just puts her head, just kind of puts, through his little slit. Sonny. I don't know if you got up on the wrong side of the bed today or not, or if someone stood on your shoes, or someone stole your croissant. I don't care. Just sell me the booze. But you don't have the right paperwork. I'm being nice. You're trying my patience. You don't want to try my patience. And
You
I'm,
don't.
I'm behind here. What are you going to do? And with the dexterity that you've never seen before, Temerity, Armored Gauntlet just reaches up, grabs him by the scruff, pulls him really close, got his face against the bars. I said, you don't want to try my patience. You kind of see his nose pushed up against the metal bar. Like, oh look, I seem to have found the paperwork here. Just kind of pushes the stuff towards her. Here you go. That'll be 2 gold. Let's go. That's what I thought you said the first time. Here you go. Slides a few gold and puts the next one for your troubles. Now you have a good day. Grabs the arms full of bottles and looks at Temerity. You know, I always seem to have a strange way with people. Let's go.
Everything I dreamed it would be.
As you walk out, you can kind of see the guy as he kind of stands back up. Straightens out his clothes and his jacket. He lets out. You just hear. The people these days. Sorry, what?
And people hate
Did you say something? No. Have a good day. Bye. As you walk out. And at that point, we're going to take a 5-minute break. So we're halfway through the session. So we'll take a 5-minute break there. Let's grab drinks, stuff like that, and back in a minute.
Cool.
And we're back in the room. Don't want that. Oh yes, really type out those potions while I think about it.
Yo, sorry.
That's all right. Okay, I've just very quickly typed out the potion stats as well. Throwing them into the loot. I'm throwing them into the loot area now. There you go.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep, there we go. So you've got regeneration, strength, and dexterity. Basically, strength and dex give you +2 for an hour, and the regeneration gives you 2 HP ticking, 2 HP per round for a minute. And then you've got 3 greater healing potions as well. Okay then, so that's all of us back. Charlie, you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay then, so for those of you who didn't see in the Skype, unfortunately Daz had to go. He was basically falling asleep. And it's kind of one of the reasons as well, possibly looking to get, as I said at the beginning, there are various reasons for maybe moving the sessions around, and some of the timing things don't always work as well, so this is kind of one of the reasons. Just to kind of cement that fact, unfortunately. So, it's now about, it's probably about midday for you guys now. After having your breakfast and having wandered around. So, Temerity and Johanna have reconvened in the common area where you were before. As I said, Hasai, Grace is not in the room, wasn't in the room when you got here. What would you like to do?
I'm going to see if I can find her in the room where the crystal was, as I'm guessing that she might be there.
Okay. Is there anyone else going with him, or just him?
I'll head to the Bertrand.
Okay then, so is anyone else going to see Brennan?
Brendan. I'm going to call him.
I've posted a list of what I think we want. Any other suggestions?
You want a
I like the
cowbar?
cowbar. Yeah, I don't know. if
Crowbar. That should be crowbar. I just can't type.
I like Calbar better. Can we get one of those too?
Yeah.
I want that.
You can have both. I'll give you a cowbar and a crowbar. It's like a immovable rod, but when you put it in place, it just moves constantly.
A movable rod.
It's thank you.
It's
It's
a
a
movable
movable rod. Okay, so we'll start with you, Hasai. So you head off towards the watchtower that you previously found, Grayson. Head up to the top, and as you ascend the stairs, you can see the familiar pulsing blue glow coming from the top chamber. As you head up, you can see Grace. She appears to be at a desk with a back to the crystal, writing some notes writing down some notes in a book. Doesn't seem to notice you as you walk up the stairs. Oh, hello. Oh, can I help you?
Yeah, it's good to see that you seem to be feeling somewhat better.
Yes. Are you one of the adventuring lot that came in?
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
my recollection of the past 2 days is a little bit muddled.
Yes, we spoke very briefly after you swapped the crystal.
I'll take your word for it. I'm afraid I was a little bit out of it at the time.
Yes, I sort of noticed. Very impressive what you were doing there. We've been asked by your master to look into what he thinks may be the cause behind this, and seeing as you seem to be the arcane expert here, I thought I would have a word with you about it.
Okay. What is it you'd like to know?
Well, clearly these crystals are very good at dealing with undead and so forth, and if we were to try to deal with a leash, which I believe is what they think is causing this, is that... Where's that? I was just trying to work out where the static's going from. Is there some way that this power might be harnessed to help us? Or, I mean, for example, you had a mostly expended crystal. Could that be of any use?
So, I'm afraid I think you've misunderstood how the how this works. The crystals are merely a power source. This fort, when it was built, was sorry. When this fortress was built, wards and arcane magics were built into the very stonework themselves, designed to repel and ward off magical attacks, the undead and the like, and unwanted intruders. The dragon crystals here merely provide the immense power source required to keep these wards active. They themselves are not divine or holy in nature, merely a.
Bugger.
So you go do that, and we'll bring up that conversation in a second. Who's going to see Brennan?
I need to go have a chat.
I'm not going.
Okay, so Kindar, you and Aishi head over towards.
Oh, no.
Head over. Aishi was there the first time. He just kept held his tongue. You and Aishi head over towards Brennan. As you walk in, you can see Brennan on the other side of his armored, what he thought was impregnable fortress, writing some notes down. You can see his hand slightly shaking as he does so. He looks over. He kind of tries to look past you, looks around, lets a little sigh of relief out. Yes, can I help you?
Yes. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Okay. Well, I've had a chat with your Alexander fellow, and he said to you need to equip us up basically. Those potions just weren't enough, I'm afraid.
Yes. One of the runners did send word. This
Good, you
armory and these supplies are generally reserved for the members of the Order, but I've been authorized to allow you to purchase some of the items. What are you looking
good.
for?
Well, do you have any magical weapons of some kind?
We have a few.
Do you have any that would help? That's such as these, and I'll pull out my greatsword and kind of point it towards him a bit so he can get a good view of it.
It kind of just almost pokes through the small slot. It's
Yeah.
just like, that's fine. I don't need to see your weapon.
Good,
He
good.
looks around. And on the wall behind him, you can see this very tall and heavy-looking great axe.
That will do nicely.
Have that. Will that do?
Yes, that'll be fine. How much will that set us back?
Goes and looks at his books. That will set you back 500 gold.
Ooh. And it would be magical, of course, right?
Yes.
I'd better hit a lich. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I forgot I have no money with me, so if you can just reserve that, and I'll come back in a few
He
minutes.
just cocks an eyebrow at you.
I'm a poor fella. Unless you want to make a trade, 2 weapons for 1.
No.
Mm.
She pops up. Would you take a croissant?
A croissant and 2 weapons.
No. Gold and only gold.
Are we not old 600 for the delivery?
Not by me.
Oh.
I'm not there, by the way, so.
No.
You just say so randomly.
I'm just gonna say,
Okay.
right, as you guys have got a fuck ton of money that isn't going anywhere. Just saying.
Yeah.
Spend it.
For the
I'm
argument's
gonna
sake,
send to
let's
Aishi.
just say you've got the money with you.
Okay. I'll reach into my pouch then and go, here is 505 gold for your troubles. And to skip some of this paperwork I'm sure you want me to sign.
He kind of just sits there and thinks for a minute. Very well. He goes and takes the great axe down from its thing, hold it on the wall. Sorry, brain went dead. Takes it out, and he kind of just stumbles a little bit as under the weight.
I let him stumble.
He's still behind the armor bit at the moment, so you can't get to him anyway.
Ah, good.
Just pits it on the table and slides it forwards.
Yeah. I'll take that then, thank you. And I'll, give him the gold with the little tip.
Thank you. So as you take the great axe, even in your being quite strong as you are, you still find this great axe. It's big, and it's heavy, and it's quite weighty. As you have a look along the shaft, you can see several runes and some of the symbols that you recognise as similar to the rituals and the rites used in the Blood Hunter rituals that and the things that you use for your rite magic.
Yeah.
And it feels good in your hand. It's heavy, it's weighty. After a second, it kind of sits comfortably, and you think, yeah, this is good.
This is a good weapon.
So you've gained a +1 great axe,
Nice.
which also increases your right damage by 1d4.
Got it. I'll take out my great sword as well and go, you can have this in case anyone needs a weapon. You seem like you might be a bit understocked still.
You have my thanks.
That means the world to me. Thank you so much.
This guy takes it, slides it out, and puts it pop. He just kind of just takes it and just puts it underneath the counter.
Oh, I was silly. You wouldn't happen to have any javelins as well around? I seem to have threw them all at zombies on the way.
Yes. How many do you want?
Would I be able to get half a dozen?
Looks around. Yes. Just gives you half a dozen.
Then half a dozen it is.
Feeds them
Thank
through
you.
one by one.
Thank you. I'll put those away, and I'm not sure how much now, so I'll just give him 6 gold in case.
That's fine. Are you picking up her size shopping list as well?
Oh yes. I'll bring out the list and go. Okay, we also need these. Iron spikes.
No, just give me the list. Give me the list. He takes the list from you. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. What? Oh. Seems you adventuring types have problems spelling.
Yes. What, you mean?
He gets to the bottom and you can see Duel's written on in crayon, stuff for killing liches. And he spelt liches wrong.
Adventurous. Puts the paper down, and you get some 3 iron spikes, a crowbar, it doesn't have a pickaxe. It does have rope. It gives you 3 vials of holy water as well, and 1 flask of oil. So you get 3 iron spikes, 1 crowbar, 0 picks, 1 rope bundle of 50-foot rope, 3 vials of holy water, and 1 flask of oil. And that comes to 20 gold.
I'll put all that in the bag of holding when we meet up and stuff.
Yeah, you have no issues carrying this, even with your newfound toy.
Oh, I'm gonna be doing one. Well, Brandon, it's been a pleasure speaking to you as
Brendan.
always. Roger. Brandon, as always, goodbye. And I'll give him a deep bow on the way out.
Good day. She's like, bye, and just wanders off. You just hear a shudder as he goes. As you go. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? Sorry, you're back. So yes, Grace just finished explaining to you that the wards and the incantations, the arcane power is built into the stonework of the fortress itself, and that the the Draken crystals that you retrieved merely act as a power source.
Do you have any other artifacts which use these in a similar way? Something more portable?
Um, unfortunately, not. Unfortunately, not. I'm still quite new in my studies. I've only recently arrived here, and I'm still learning about the magics that hold this place together.
You're still you seem to be very dedicated. I was quite worried when you lapsed back.
We do what we must here. This is not a easy place to live, and you get used to it quickly.
Well, I admire your dedication, particularly in such Spartan surroundings.
I make do. I make do.
Yes. I have to say, considering the dangerous and arduous work you do, you would think that they might make a little more effort to make it comfortable, but I suppose such is things.
This is the Blood Hunter way. Unfortunately.
Oh, you do the. Oh, I thought you were sort of magical support. I didn't believe.
Then I am a member of the Order. I have not yet taken my vows and rituals yet, though.
Ah, okay, yeah. Well, you are very dedicated. The spent item, essentially they work as for a magical battery, right?
To a degree, yes.
Could do you have a use for the used one? I was just thinking maybe I might be able to find a way to possibly recharge it in some way. I don't know if it's possible, but just to see if I could.
These crystals hold vast amounts of energy, but they also expend them at a rapid rate as well. You are welcome to this used. I do have some smaller fragments if you prefer, which may be more useful for you. But
well, it's not having encountered it. It's something to research, and being a student of the arcane, yes, by all means.
So she turns around and goes to her desk, pulls a drawer, and she takes out a small, probably a fist-sized lump of this bluish crystal. No glow. It seems pretty dull. And so, I have several of these fragments. You're welcome to use it. I've never successfully managed to keep it, to charge it and have it hold magic for more than about 8 hours.
Okay, but thank you. It's always good to try new things.
Yeah.
But
the only thing I've managed to do with it so far is I did once. It wasn't easy. It took a bit of time, but I did manage to store a spell in this crystal and use it later. But I've never had it last more than 8 hours. So that may be useful to you.
Could you show me how to do that?
Of course. It may take a while. Have you time?
How long are we talking?
An hour?
Yeah, I think I have time for that, yes.
Okay, so
especially in your wonderful company.
You're sweet.
No, it's nice to be amongst elves again.
Yeah, there aren't many of us around, unfortunately. But anyway, let me show you. So she spends the next hour and she shows you how to channel magic into this crystal in such a way that it allows to store a spell. She stores a simple magic missile spell. She stores a mage armor spell into this crystal, and says, and once she's done, it says, okay, so the spell is, you can tell if you look into the crystal, you can see the swirl, the magic within the crystal itself. Now anybody can use this crystal to cast this spell, but it will lose its magic and diminish within about 8 hours or so. But you could cast any spell that you want into this crystal, but as long as you have it, and you can then give this to somebody and they can use that spell as if you were casting it.
Oh, is there a limit to how powerful a spell you could put in it?
I've never tried anything higher than a 3rd level spell.
Okay, and the person would release it how?
It's pretty simple. Activate a command word of your choosing, and the spell will activate. Okay.
All right. Very useful. Thank you very much. I shall take the fragments.
You're more than welcome, and it was very nice to meet you.
a sigh.
Nice
Do a
to
little
meet you,
bow.
Si. I have work to attend to, and these barriers and wards require constant maintenance. So, if there's nothing more, I must get on.
Okay, I shall leave you to your...
Good day, and safe travels.
Okay, I shall go back and presumably meet up with the party in the general area.
Okay, so you gain one Dragon Crystal Fragment to allow you to store spells. Okay, so you head back to the common area, and everyone is now gathered around the common area, including Johanna. As you kind of sat down on one of the beds. So, wait till tomorrow. Play some cards.
Well, seeing as you would appear to be, I suppose, our party's resident expert on undead, any
I know a little bit.
things... Well, you probably know more than us.
Temerity's looking like, hey, come on, man.
Hang on.
That wasn't even racist and I'm insulted.
I have no way of knowing that Temerity knows this because he's never told me.
I've been giving you information.
Do you? Well,
yeah, Temerity seems whenever you've had a question, Temerity seems to have had the answer. So you do know Temerity does know a little bit of undead. But as you've said this, Temerity is slightly offended.
well, it's just par for the course with me and Temerity. I have to start talking about racial things again.
Yeah, let's go on the less offensive topic.
Anyway, says Johanna, what is it you want to know, little elf?
Well, thank you. What more do you think we should do in preparation? Now, I have picked up one useful thing from our mage friend. Yes. I got a crystal which will potentially allow me to cast a spell into it, which will then can be stored for 8 hours and released on demand by any one of you.
That seems very useful. In a half sarcastic tone.
Well, the reason I'm telling you this is, if I'm going to put a spell in it, I have access to a number of spells. What spell would people like?
Don't know. Shatter?
Invisibility.
Anything that defends against magic for fighting a lich.
Do
Yeah.
you know counterspell?
Yeah.
I believe I do.
That would be useful. That should be the only spell you cast. Cast it a lot.
Just cast counterspell every round.
Actually, or do I? I just have to check. Give me a second.
So Johanna says, well, stuff to know. Don't die. Say your prayers.
How'd you kill a lich, please?
Well, I think it's pretty common. Once the lich's physical form has been destroyed, you must find and destroy its phylactery, or it will just come back. Pesky things they are.
If we can't find the phylactery, the plan is to destroy everything.
I like this plan.
Me too.
But I do have counterspell.
So you could
Good.
stow a counterspell in it. It'll take you an hour to prepare that.
Okay.
And it will cost you you do it as a ritual, so it's not going to cost you a spell slot.
Okay.
Because I'm really nice.
And who would like it then?
Me, says Aishi.
I feel like he's just gonna throw it at an enemy.
Yeah.
How do I... Okay, he's casting a spell, throws the rock. Is that how you do it? No.
I'm casting it.
And your argument for it being you, Aishi?
I said it first.
It's a fair point.
Does anybody else want to put in a chip for it?
What's the range on counterspell?
Basically,
Is it 60
you,
feet?
yeah, and you've got to see them casting the spell, and you can then try and counter it.
Okay.
But
I'm planning on getting that close to the lich.
you hope.
Yeah, Tomato will be outside the ziggurat chute.
Sniping in through a window.
The last time we fought somebody in the Kryptgarden, I ended up like being the first person he killed. So
Yes, and counterspell is 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably gonna go be right in his face.
You can have it then.
Oh,
Well, it does use an action to cast
a
this.
reaction.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry, reaction. I do
It'd be
apologise.
very bad if you try to use it after they cast the spell. You cast a spell. You cast Cone of Cold on all of you. You're all half dead. I counterspell in 3 minutes.
Yeah, counterspell. That's casting time.
I can hold it if you want, because that's basically my range as well. And with me and Charles being the only two casters, like it feels like it's probably going to need to be me, unless anyone's got a better idea.
I think
Fine.
it.
Does anyone know if liches have blood?
No.
not really. No,
Damn
they're
it.
No.
more mummified than anything else.
Mostly skeletal things, so I
Yeah,
think
I thought so.
Duel. Alright, I think Duel makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you gain that.
Yeah, I'll put
Well,
it
you
in
might as
my...
well keep it until you cast a spell on it.
Yeah.
You cast it now. It's not going to be very
Okay.
useful by morning. So
And
yeah.
we
So Johanna
Probably
says, "Go on."
think about what spells to prepare as well.
Anything that can cut through their hordes of undead minions would be nice.
I have Fireball, but I'm not sure how useful that's going to be in confined spaces.
All the more useful. There's no guide.
Just cast it before we go in.
Yeah.
That'd be like the breach, toss the grenade in, and then go.
Well, I have 3 level 3s. I have Haste, Counterspell, Fireball. Actually, I've got more than that. Yeah, but I can only prepare 3.
Have a think about it. So Johanna says, well, things to know about the undead, especially liches. Generally very good spellcasters. Try to get up close and knock them down quickly. They tend to be quite fragile most of the time, actually. Get in there, hit them a few times, they generally go down. But
How dexterous are they, and what sort of damage is best against them?
magic. They're generally immune to anything physical. I'm not sure how.
Very clever, right?
They are very clever creatures.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Charismatic?
Not too. More dominating than They probably try and tell you what to do rather than ask you. Yeah, will probably kill you and then turn you into a zombie and then tell you what to do. Yeah, they're not the nicest things. Just get up close, take them down quickly, and we should be all right. Assuming it's
So I
none of the
think-
guardians or minions. That could be interesting.
But I'm thinking underground fireballs are probably not going to be useful because they're too big.
You're in a so you remember saying it's a big underground cavern. So you probably won't be fighting in tunnels. But yeah, apart from that, oh yeah, don't let them touch you either. They got this like paralyzing
What?
claw type thing, and that hurts.
Oh, don't worry, I can avoid that.
In what
I think.
sense?
I
I've
have a
probably
potion that makes
noticed.
me immune to it.
I've probably
okay.
noticed
I believe so.
someone's
I'll double
carrying
check.
a very big new axe.
Yes,
Oh,
Nero
yes,
has
and
this
I'll whip it out.
big ass axe on his back. Like, ho ho!
Well, my
I brought this.
idea
Go on.
was if someone really strong gets up close and just wrestles him the whole time, like if his spell casting is dependent on movement, then he wouldn't be able to do it.
There's a number of really nasty spells that rely on touch.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Also, I imagine a lich is having that can just say die and you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best plan, best plan for taking down this creature is hit it hard, hit it fast, and get away from it. Don't bunch
Okay.
up. Keep spread out, and just hit it with everything we've got as soon as possible.
Just a thought. Does anyone know silence?
No,
You're
sorry.
breaking another one of my creatures.
Who's that?
I did think about
Silence
learning
is
it,
great.
but yeah, I didn't.
I mean, against a powerful lich, it wouldn't stop it casting spells, but it might restrict which ones it could do.
And if it was grappled in the silence, so it can't get out.
So, you might what? Yeah. Like I said, hit it and get back. Like touchy, not good. And they've got some kind of. And last time I saw that happen, the guy melted. Wasn't good.
There's also a chance this thing might have the ability to go invisible, or probably
One
will.
second.
Should we get some flour?
Well, do we have spells that make things visible, or abilities that make things visible, or easy
Why is
to?
it
Fairy
throw
fire.
Throw
Yeah, I've
some
got
flour
fairy
or
fire.
sand at him.
I think fairy fire's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has a save though.
Yeah.
it
If we
does.
just put flour all over the floor.
They
You
generally
can't really-
levitate more than
Oh,
walk.
fuck.
Yeah, I'm also a firm believer that things on fire are a good thing. So
That's good.
that's why I put oil on the list.
Mm.
Because even if it's invisible, if it's on fire, you can still
Yeah.
see the fire. It may not do a massive amount of damage, but it helps you find it.
Sorry about that.
Well, is the fire technically being worn? Wouldn't that make the fire invisible too?
We are debating if a burning lich would the fire be invisible.
Technically, yes.
Well, it might leave a puddle of dripping, burning things. Which
Zombie
It might
smoke
make
or
it. You might see like a heat haze around the lich. But I have a feeling that that's great. Or it would just pad the fire out and then go invisible.
Also, I don't have immunity to the paralyzed condition. That's at level 11.
I'm not boosted. You can go and grind for like 3 weeks.
Just kill all the zombies outside constantly.
Just keep killing boars for 3 weeks. Okay. So, is there anything else you want to do? Anyone you want to speak to, or any other preparations that you want to make, or do you just want to rest, relax, and prepare yourselves for the next day?
Well, having noticed the big shiny new axe and not realising that our cheerful friend sold magical items, I'm going to ask if they thought he had anything else of a protection nature.
Did we see any kind of protective rings or anything like that?
I didn't see a lot. It was mainly weapons and armor that were there.
Yeah. There's nothing that's quite your size, I'm afraid.
It's worth a go. So, in which case, it's probably time to go then.
Well, not till tomorrow, but you can go now if you
well.
want. You can try and solo the
We'll
lich.
meet there.
Just keep casting counter spell and just hope it keeps working.
Yeah.
Who's coming with us?
Oh,
Is Johanna? Johanna's coming, right?
Of
Valor.
course I'm coming. God.
Yeah, I'm
I
going
could
to
die
do the
without
ritual just before we set off then, on the shard.
Okay. Is
Otherwise,
is
expire.
Alexander coming with us?
He didn't say. He'd said he'd be sending his best troops. So you don't know if that means he'll be going. And while he was a pretty imposing looking individual, as I said, he did look like he was getting on a bit.
He's past
Oh.
it.
Oh, clearly we're going to get the guy who's selling his kit.
Brandon's going with you. He's going to nag the lich to death.
It's just my career for right.
Okay, so is there anything else you want to do, or do you want to call it a day?
Yeah, there's not much else we can do, really, is there?
I forgot to ask Gail about putting up the tent and where I could do it, but never mind.
Grace.
Just keep
Right.
walking around until you can.
You can do it outside.
No, I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Do we know how far away the ziggurat is?
Didn't say.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
I
thinking
wish-
whether we're gonna have to like have a day's march before we
Yes.
get there.
Why don't we go and find out how far away it is?
That's probably an idea.
Okay, so heading back to the keep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's see if we can find Valor. I'm assuming Valor's coming as well, right?
you can assume so.
Yeah.
So as you head back towards and you head back into the keep, you can see Alexander, Vala, and a few other what you assume are blood hunters dressed in a similar way to Vala, with a map spread out on the large table in the centre. They seem to be organising bits and bobs. As you come in, Alexander turns to you. Oh, greetings, friends. Can we help you? We're just in the middle of planning our logistics and our strike.
Yeah, we want to know who's coming with us, and we want to know how far it is, and whether we're going to have a stop for food on the way, please.
Well, if you're doing the logistics, then surely we should. Yeah, we'll join in and help.
Very
Let's
well.
watch.
So, just to catch you up, Vala will be leading the assault along with her squad of her best scouts. There will be 8, including Vala. You will be taking 8 people with you.
The travel time to the destination is expected to be.
On foot, no more than 2 hours. Straight west. I fear.
We're not anticipating much resistance en route, are we?
I'm hoping not. When the barrier was reinforced, the wards sent out a protective pulse. A lot of the lesser undead in the area were eradicated, thankfully. So hopefully, I'm hoping, and from what the scouts have told me, resistance towards the cavern entrance should be rather light.
Okay. Are we planning on fighting our way through resistance or sneaking past it?
With these numbers, I don't think sneaking is an option. We plan to assault the tunnel entrance head on, head towards into the cavern and deal with what we encounter there.
I was more thinking of the 2-hour trip to it.
The resistance, again, light if any. We plan to just cut a path through.
Very well. Okay.
Those we are sending to the ziggurat are experienced ghost slayers and should have no issue with minor undead.
Okay.
Okay. And the breakfast thing, what we we're saying there.
You're welcome to join us for an early morning breakfast in the food hall.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah. Hasai's trying hard not to wince and failing.
Alexander doesn't give any sign that he notices or cares. So, will you be bringing your cleric friend with you?
I think we'd have trouble keeping her away.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. She is very effective, sometimes a little bit too keen to kill things.
Sounds like
See, that's
my
like
kind
a
of cleric.
problem.
She will be a great asset in this endeavour.
Do we need to focus on destroying the physical lich first, or finding the phylactery and then approaching the lich at the end? What's the best way to?
I doubt finding the phylactery will be easy without slaying the lich. The lich will have wards and shields in place to protect it. The plan is strike hard, strike fast, destroy the lich, and then find the phylactery if we can. If not, we bring the place to the ground. If
Okay.
required, when the area is secure, we will send in our arcanists, send in Grace, and see if we can destroy the place once and for all.
Right. I take it you have some particularly devastating magical means of bringing it down, then? Stone structures are not known for being easy for destroying.
We have our ways. Fear not.
Okay. That's it. Thanks. Bye.
Do you think that we may encounter more of those? Well, your former guardians, and are we?
I can't
Well, I'm
see.
more thinking.
I cannot see them with will. They are restricted to the Dragon Cave,
Okay.
as far as I'm
So
aware.
if we do encounter any similar elemental or constructs, then they're not your friends, and we're okay to kill them.
Indeed.
Right. Good to know.
Very well. I must continue to. We will continue our troop planning here. If there's nothing else,
No, I think that's it.
very well. You're welcome to use our barracks for the night. We shall see you in the morning.
Bye.
With that, goodbye. Strange little one. And with that, you head out back to the barracks and settle down. Perform any afternoon meditations and rituals you want. Aishi just kind of sits and meditates for a bit. Johanna continues with her prayers. Now, last thing, anything else anyone else wants to do before we move on to next day?
No.
I will go and see the annoying person to see if he does have any other magical defences. I imagine that's going to be a very short conversation and probably ending in no.
You enter Brennan's shop. Can I help you?
I saw that you sold a magical weapon to my colleague. I was wondering if you had any other means of defence that might be suitable for an arcane user, as in not armour.
No.
You don't have scrolls at all?
No.
Anything magical that's not a weapon or a shield or armor?
Potion.
Right, and I think we've already got those potions, haven't we?
Yes.
Good speaking to you. Yes. Yeah. More an interesting person, but very good paperwork.
Thank you. Good day.
People underestimate the value of paperwork. I leave.
Doesn't say anything, just kind of watches as you go.
Right, moving on.
Okay then, so the rest of you settle down for the afternoon, relaxing, preparing, sourcing your weapons, arranging your equipment, and organising ammunition and the like. Testing. Still getting an echo from Charles. You sit down, you rest for the night. You gain a comfortable enough night's rest on the firm beds that you're using. A few of the troops that you saw earlier come in. Don't really say anything at all, hardly any words. Into bed, and they also head off to sleep. Morning comes. You're woken up by the hustle and bustle of troops getting equipment out of their footlockers, getting their armour on and things like that. As you awake, everyone heads over to the food hall to have a lovely breakfast. This time, there are accompanying the lovely porridge gruel that you had before are several chunks of fresh-ish bread as well. Hearty breakfast. Those around you, the troops and the blood hunters, they seem quite pleased with this. Like, ooh, bread. Fucking right. And they all chow down. A lot of the bread quickly goes, but you manage to grab a few chunks for yourselves to eat with your lovely morning breakfast. Everyone has their breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Following that, there's very little chatter among the blood hunters. Most of it is very much making sure preparations are in order, going over plans. Very little idle chit chat between them. A large group of them, about 7 of them, 8 including Vala, head up On their way out, they say to your group, Vala says to you, "We make for the gate. We shall wait for you there. Don't be long." And they head out. The rest of you finish up your breakfast. Hasai, I take it you could probably spend that. You want to do your crystal this morning as well?
Yep.
Yep, so that's fine. I'll say you're allowed to do your crystal. Your Hannah sat with you, and she's kind of like, "How do they eat this stuff on a regular basis? I mean, come on. I mean, a bit of salt would
I'm impressed. Hasai at this stage looks impressed, as it's the first thing that Johanna said that he utterly agrees with.
Come on. Shouts over, "Chef, bit of salt and pepper."
Yes.
Nothing.
I do prestidigitation and season her food for her.
Ah, you do have your uses. This is almost
He
edible.
regrets doing it now.
She sat there. He picks up. She sat there, hunk of bread, puts it down into the bag. Nice pastry. Looks at Asai a few crumbs around his mouth. What? Wilco roughly wipes his face. I love a good breakfast. Everyone finishes up their food. Stands up. Well, shall we head off? We have work to do. Kind of rubbing her hands together. You can hear the chink of chainmail gauntlets, as in rubbing in anticipation.
That's
Okay then, let's go. And marches out.
Right.
me and Ferris close behind.
Yeah, we all go. I
Excellent.
guess.
Okay, so you head out of the front gate, the main gate that you originally entered by, just at the bottom left here. And you can see Vala and the rest of her blood hunters. Now you get a good look at them. Some of them are wearing quite light armour, carrying bows slung across their back. A couple of them seem to have large crossbows. A couple of them seem to be wearing heavier armour, almost plated with large, heavy weapons. One of them has a hammer and shield. They seem to have a wide variety of different specialisations, rather than all just being archers, for example. So, okay, if you're ready, we shall depart. Follow me. Be swift. Be quiet. Anything gets in your way, kill it.
Okay.
You ready?
I try and identify anybody who appears to be a support person or a caster and try and pair up with them.
Okay. Then you see one person there who seems to be wearing light armor, almost, not quite robes, but like a small leather jerkin and carrying a staff. Seems to be some kind of arcane user.
Mm-hmm.
Pair of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. She says, and she heads off in a swift, almost a run, in that direction, following a path. Okay, so the rest of you follow, and you spend the next 2 hours weaving in and out of dense tree line. For about 20 minutes, you're following some kind of rough, beaten path. But you continue forwards, and it doesn't take long for Vala and her scouts to break away from the path straight into the woods. They fan out slightly, but still stay to a tight-knit formation as they weave in and out of the trees. All seemed pretty confident in the way they are going. The rest of you manage to keep up. Grimble's struggling a little bit, but he's getting... You can just see his little legs going quickly. It's like... but he does manage to keep... At the end, he just says, fuck it, shrinks, gets on his owl and just flies. So sod this. And manages to keep up quite comfortably. Gets a few strange looks from the blood hunters, but doesn't seem to pay much mind. You encounter very light resistance, the odd zombie here, the odd dog, zombie wolf and things like that, but nowhere near the levels that you saw outside of the forest. It seems that very much the horde has thinned. It's either dispersed in different directions, or a large chunk of it was destroyed. There's one or two scuffles, a few wights that you see along the way that are quite easily dispatched by the blood hunters in front of you with a swift running strike or an arrow to the face as they burst into flames and drop to the ground. Johanna cursing every now and again because she doesn't get the chance to hit anything. She's got a mace out, ready, it's shining bright, she's looking for something, but there's nothing around. Aishi every now and again with his superior speed runs up to the blood hunters, runs a little bit ahead of them, and then runs back and just keeps doing that kind of thing back and forth because he can. And every now and again just punches something just because he can, just to show off really. But every time he does it, he does return to your band of adventurers. Gribble's still flying.
I will provide support and carefully avoid using any spell slots.
That's fine. You do, but as a group, you catch one or two stragglers that are still half. You see one blood hunter carve a zombie in half. It's still half. What the torso crawls across the floor. Kind of stand on it and give it a swift kick in the face as you run past, but very little resistance. After about 2 hours, you reach this large rock formation. Seemingly natural. But probably a good 20-30 foot high of almost like this giant boulder. It just kind of it doesn't seem out of place, but there's not it seems to be in this like clearing. There are no.
Keep going on the back of the.
Okay, the thick tree line around it seems seems quite thin. It's not quite it's almost like there was a clearing here, and then someone just dropped a big rock in the middle of it. In the centre of this rock, you can see what appears to be looks like the remnants of heavy stone doors. We're talking 15 foot across, 15 foot high, set on heavy heavy hinges, and one of them just basically hangs there. The other one's shattered, cracked in many places, and just rubble both inside and out. And in front of you looms this seems to be the entrance into a dark cavern, a dark tunnel that descends steeply into the ground. The group stops outside. Vala turns and says, "We will rest here a minute, and then we will descend." The blood hunters kind of fan out in the immediate area, just having a look around. It seems relatively quiet. No undead seem to be patrolling the area or guarding it. This seems pretty dead, pretty empty. As you stare into the cavern, you kind of get this ominous feeling. A breeze drifts from the cave, and it's cold and frigid, and it carries the odour of death. Just smells pungent, rotten. Not very nice.
Gross.
Gross is indeed.
Stinks in there. I don't want to go in.
And you get this as you stare. It's almost you staring into the abyss because it is dark. You can't see the end, and you get this foreboding feeling of don't want to go in there, but go in there you shall. After a few minutes, blood hunters reconvene. It takes a few minutes to catch their breath, have a swig of water from the skins. So, okay, are you ready? To your group.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Follow me down. I do not know what to expect down here. Be vigilant. Keep your eyes open. Be careful. With that, she turns and starts walking rather than a sprint that was before. Walking quickly, but carefully, deeper into the cavern. As she does so, she takes a potion, takes a swig, looks around, throws the potion over to Aishi. Drink, it will help you see. Takes a swig of the potion. Does everyone here not have dark vision?
Aishi, and that's it, right?
It's just Aishi.
Yeah.
As Aishi drinks up the potion, you kind of see like a yellowy glaze, like cat-like glaze over his eyes as he heads deeper into the tunnel, and you can see Aishi gains 60-foot dark vision. Yay! and you descend into the cavern. Now the cavern, it descends. Cool. The cavern descends in a steep, almost a spiral. Not quite exactly a spiral, but it seems to wind and wend as it descends deeper into the earth. There are the remnants of what look like steps every now and again, but most of the area is either collapsed or worn away into this relatively smooth tunnel. The tunnel itself isn't huge. It's probably about 10 foot, almost 10 foot by 10 foot roughly. Plenty of room in there to maneuver, but it's not like a tight fit. You can fit 3 abreast quite easily, but that's about it. And it takes a while, and the further you go and deeper you get, it gets colder and chill, and the chill kind of starts to reach you. The walls seem to press in around you as it's dark. You can see in the dark normally. You have dark vision, but it seems that you can't quite see as far as you normally would do. The shadows press in all around, and that dark, foreboding feeling continues to permeate every aspect of where you go. It doesn't take long. You probably travel for a good 20 minutes, half an hour of this slow, steady march as you head further and further down to the cavern. No resistance so far. You don't see any. You don't find any undead. No apparent guards. And you keep travelling down.
This is easy.
This is worryingly easy.
As you say, this is easy. This is easy. This is easy. This is easy. As it kind of echoes throughout the cavern. And Valor turns, shh. Quiet. You do not know what is down here.
Sorry.
This is seeming to be too easy.
As you continue down, eventually the cavern starts to widen out. The tunnel starts to widen out. 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet wide. Opens up pretty swiftly. And just from round the corner you can see a glow of bluish light in the distance. Thala puts a hand up, signaling to stop. Turns. I believe the main cavern is just ahead. Be on your guard. Again, we do not know what will be in here. Keep your eyes peeled. If anything moves, shoot it. So you drops into a more stealthy, almost not quite a crouch, but into a stealthy stance. The rest of the order do the same, and they all move forward with almost silence ahead of you guys. Are you guys going to join ahead, be sneaky?
Yeah.
Yes.
We should try.
All
We
of
will
you
try.
give me stealth rolls, please.
Yeah. I'm going to try to stay about 20 feet behind the front combat
fuck.
bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be naturally at the back anyway.
2 1 4 Grimble. Stealth.
Oh, where did we put the potions, by the way? Like the strength, dexterity, regeneration ones?
I assume they went into the bag of holding.
Which means I.
Got it.
So if somebody would like one before we run into something, now is the time to say.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only strength guy, so I should probably get that one.
Yep, you can have it.
Yep, right. You've now got it.
Just confirm that music's not too loud for you guys, is it?
That's fine.
Nah,
That's right.
I would like, if I could, the potion of Dex.
She starts to protest. We think, nah, I'm tough enough as it is. Okay, as a group, you kind of, I'm assuming you would have distributed these potions prior. As
Yes.
a group, you gingerly start following in this kind of stealthy crouch. Most of you are, as a group, you're generally quite quiet. As you move forward into towards the entrance. As you move forward, what you see is the cavern opens up. So the tunnel opens up into a large, humongous even, central chamber. Okay. the ceiling easy 80, 90 feet wide. The cavern wall, you can't see the back of it, but you assume it's a good probably 120, maybe 150 feet to the other side. The width almost the same in size. This is a huge underground chamber. You can see before you the ziggurat and also the source of the light. You see this large stepped pyramid, the ziggurat itself, the light reflecting off of its strange obsidian-like outer appearance. It seemed to be forged of pure darkness, just black obsidian. You get the odd reflection of light, but it's almost as if there's an absence of light there. And you see this dark shadow standing inside. Either side of the ziggurat you see two large spiraling towers made of the same dark obsidian material, just kind of they're stretching 60 feet into the sky. Atop both of the towers you see large, glowing, pulsing blue crystals radiating a light that fills the cavern. And a cat. Around the cavern floor it's uneven, it's rough. Jagged bits of rock protrude, stalactites, stalagmites all around you. You see the odd couple of undead forces meandering around the ground area with very little directional focus. Mainly minor zombies and the odd skeletons.
I like this guy's architect.
In front of the cavern, in front of the, you can kind of, as you see towards the ziggurat, you can see a small set of steps leading up to what you believe is the entrance to this grand obsidian temple of death and darkness. The doors currently shut, and these are a good 60, 70 feet ahead of you at this point. The two towers, you can see the entrances, the doors seem to be wide open. You see little activity from where you are. The rest, as you walk in, you see the rest of the blood hunters kind of looking around, like taking in the enormity of the situation. And you see Vala. Oh god, it's bigger than I thought. Okay. She turns to one of the scouts. Valen. Go investigate the door. See what's up there. The rest of you, fan out. Keep an eye out. So the rest of the squad kind of just fans out and forms a bit of a perimeter. Some have to the walls, some have a little bit back forward, but all maintaining, and all of this done in almost absolute silence. What do the rest of you want to do at this point?
I want to move a little closer to the guy who's checking out the door and just keep an eye on him.
Okay, so you kind of creep forward alongside the head scout, and you move up as he moves towards the stone step, the obsidian steps. As he gets closer, gets to the steps, no real resistance, quite easily navigating and moving around any undead and creatures that are in the area. You likewise do the same. Very little happening, very little resistance. And from where you stop just at the foot of the steps, and you can see these steps ascending probably about 10 feet up towards this large obsidian gate. Guy turns to you. Wait here. I will check the door. And he slowly starts creeping up the stairs towards the door, towards these gates. And from where you are, you can see these gates. They are smooth, but also of this strange, almost glass-like material, of just pure black. You can see two thick, heavy handles on the door. These doors are 15 foot tall, 15 foot wide. This is a big entrance portalway into the ziggurat itself. Doesn't seem to be any flanking wards or anything of the like. The scout creeps forwards, gingerly up each step one at a time, keeping an eye out, moving slowly and with purpose. No, nothing seems to be happening. As he gets closer, he gets to the door. Nothing. Reaches a hand out, slowly hesitating for a moment. Reaches out towards the handle, pulls back, steels himself, grabs hold of the handle to try and open the door. As he does so, you watch as from each corner of the door a blue pulse of energy flickers, as 4 streaks of lightning streak across the door towards the handle, latching onto the scout, holding on, stealing his grip onto the door, and basically start zapping. And you can feel the lightning arc from the door to him, through his arm, up. And you know, comedic like flashing of skeleton and cartoon, you kind of see that. And you smell the slight burning and charring as this guy is basically lightning cooked. After a second of this shock therapy, the lightning stops, and the scout kind of hangs there for a second, and it just falls limp across the floor.
Shit.
It's just got a lot harder.
I wanna go grab him and drag him back away.
Okay.
Right down onto the steps.
As you get closer, you see this guy is charred and burnt and crispy. As you kind of go up to him, you can feel as you get closer, you can feel the hum of energy around him. But as you kind of reach out and just kind of grab the leg to pull him away, you suffer no ill effect. It's a little bit static. You feel, as you touch him, you feel like the hairs on your back and your neck stand up. This guy, he's charred, but he's ice cold. As you pull him away.
He did.
Yeah.
You managed to successfully pull him down from the steps. And are you heading back towards the group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we see this happen, or were they too far away?
No, you saw this, because the cavern has its overall dim illumination anyway from the 2 large crystals at the top of the 2 watchtowers flanking the ziggurat. So the entire thing is visible to all.
Okay.
Temerity, as you start moving back, you notice the zombies that are around you seem more alert, and they start shambling in towards your direction. Slowly, not with purpose, similar to the way that when you were travelling towards Kryptgarden, and you had the creatures were pretty much docile until you got a bit closer. They shamble towards you in a slow manner.
Okay.
Quite easily, you manage to zigzag your way around them and make it back to the main group just at the cavern entrance. Creatures follow. Vala gives a nod to her scouts, and they let loose a flurry of arrows. All 6 zombies that have been trailing behind you just drop instantly. She regards you. He was a good man. I thank you for retrieving his body. It seems the direct assault is not the best. Thoughts, people? The arcane user that Asai previously moved alongside moves forward. He says, I feel strong magical energies radiating from these 2 watchtowers. It may be that they are feeding the defenses of this tower, of this blasphemous temple. Maybe disabling them may allow us access. But a theory. But it's the only one I have right now. I see.
So we should remove the orb from the tower?
Possibly. They are definitely magical in nature. I'm not sure. They may be feeding the forces. I'm not sure. I cannot be certain without seeing one up close. But it would make sense. Okay. I think we should split up here. We shall take the tower on the left. You take the tower on the right. Descend the tower. Kill anything inside. Disable its magic defenses. And then together we storm the ziggurat. We agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah. Are
Are
we?
these, like-
So we're fighting now, right?
So we will be.
Okay.
Are these like towers you could walk through, or like pillars?
They're like what? Imagine like a watchtower. So it's
okay,
outside, like a watchtower of
Yeah.
stone with the entrance kind of spot. Probably assume you've got like a
Yeah.
staircase on the inside.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I'm moving now.
Awesome. Okay.
So, what are we doing with the things on top? Shattering them, bringing them back, knocking them off.
Roll them off.
These things are like when you. So in terms of perspective, it's difficult to see, but these things are massive. I mean, we're talking. This is like a 10-foot by 10-foot
Okay.
sphere
Right.
of
Good.
stuff.
Voodoo.
Could be anything.
Similar to the Dragon crystals,
Okay.
but a lot bigger
Okay.
and smooth. Okay, if anything goes wrong, I believe Hasai can contact me. Did before, I don't know how, but he did. So, if you need
Yeah.
anything, you call.
Okay.
Godspeed. And she and her group break off towards the left-hand side and start moving again, almost silently. Slight rustle from those wearing heavy armor, slight clank as they go, but pretty quiet.
Let's go make some noise.
What?
Okay, so heading over towards the tower.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. So as you make your way towards this large watchtower, you can see it in a bit more detail. Again, it's made of the same kind of deep glass-like obsidian material that the ziggurat itself is made of. The only difference is you can see windows, small, like almost arrow slits or windows every couple of floors. From where you are, you can see there are at least 2 or 3 different floors above the basement level, and the crystal being on the roof. You can see these large, I say arrow slits, actually quite large open windows. You can see shimmers of you can see the odd bit of movement from within the tower, though you can't quite make it out in the darkness. The closer you get to the tower, you notice that the undead appear to the density of the undead appears to thicken. There are more, but again, mainly minor. You see the odd zombie, you easily either cut them down or navigate around them without drawing too much attention to yourselves. Keep going. It doesn't take very long, 5 minutes, maybe 10. And you've now about 30-40 feet away from the entrance to the tower. You can see a small ramp leading up into the entrance of 2 heavy. These look to be wooden gates, which are open outwards. And in the darkness inside, you can see a few vestiges of movement, and also a little bit of a glowing illumination light. Let's move this. Sorry, I'm just doing something quickly. Now, unfortunately, because of the way the maps work, you have to bear with me on this.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So, for example, I'm just going to put you all onto the map. Because the way it works, I only have the actual tower as a map itself rather than the area leading up to the map, so we'll kind of half do this. So I'm going to drop you guys onto the map.
Silich.
Yeah, there you go.
We found him already.
You found the boss.
There's 2 of them.
I need to sort your light. Just bear with me a second so I need to sort your lighting out as well.
Is Johanna with us as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, and throughout, as you kind of move towards the tower, previously, again, you had this sense of the shadows pressing in around you. and again, you can't quite see as far as you normally would be able to. It's dark, it's cold, and everything around you just seems to press in as if you're trapped in a confined, claustrophobic space. And it's not
Fucking hell.
It's not very comfortable. So I'm just sorting out your visions.
It's dark.
So your vision, all of your dark visions are reduced to 50% effectiveness for the duration.
That's neat.
Fucking hell. That's horrendous.
Think how Aishi feels. He normally only has 10 feet rather to the 60. I think I've done it for everybody now. I can't quite.
Ferris.
You can go over there just for. Sorry, you can go over there. Just while I sort Ferris out.
Okay.
There we go. Okay then. So, imagine in your mind that you're actually. I'm gonna get rid of this while I think about it. You're now about 30 feet away from this entrance itself. You can just inside. You can just see the odd bits of shambling movement. You're not sure what it is. You're not sure. Yeah, you're not quite sure what it is.
Okay, so who's going first? Presumably it's going to be Aishi, maybe Johanna and Kindar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
So, I'll arrange you guys on the front here.
We should. Do we feel like we're going to get a short rest at any point?
Well, you've already had a long rest, so you should be full.
Yeah, but like before the lich, kind of after everything, or do we need to be quite conservative from how we go about this?
I can't tell you that.
Yeah. I think we just need to destroy everything with everything we've got, because, we've only got a couple of sessions left, so we just need to basically kill ourselves.
Okay, just to give you a slight. Okay, I'm
just going to stand here and let him keep.
Minor spoilers and the whole meta game thing. The way I put it planned out is this is your dungeon crawl, and then you're probably going to have a big climactic boss fight for the last session. Is what we're looking at. So, imagine this. This tower is your grindy bit to get to the end bit, and then face off with a big ass. I'm going to kill half of you, boss.
I'm fucking hell.
Well, that means me then.
Dibs.
So that's. I know. Again, that's the meta games, but I'm just trying to set your expectations a little bit.
Sure.
So you probably do want to be a little bit conservative here, but you probably easily get a short rest in before you fight boss face.
Okay.
Is there anyone like outside the entrance?
There was a few undead milling around, but they seem to have either dispersed or been killed. So right now there's nothing ahead of you.
Yeah, we got like a clear path. We should keep stealthing and head forward then, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyone got any buffs they wanna drop?
I don't know, I feel like if anyone has, it's going to be Hisai. Oh, shall I do Bardic Inspiration? Should I do it now?
Use Bardic Inspiration if you want.
Do you get it back on the short rest?
Yeah, I do, I think.
Yeah, may as well then, I guess.
So I'm sorting out all of the character sheets because I've got a lot to go through now. Now I'm controlling 3 NPCs as well. Bear with 2 seconds. You.
Okay, so if I give one to Kindar, Temerity, Aishi.
You can only can you do all at once? Yeah, you can actually, can't you?
I think if they can all hear me, it's yeah.
So you want to give one to Kindar?
Yeah.
Temerity?
Well, if you all want one, you don't have to have one, but
I refuse.
You say Aishi?
Aishi, yeah.
There you go. It's a D6 or is it a D8 for you?
It's D8 now.
Oh, look at you, fancy.
No.
Would I have been? No, actually, I wouldn't put my lightning on yet because it would have been quite visible.
We're sneaking through the cave with giant lightning fists. Okay, so for the purposes of what we're doing now, we might as well get a kick in and roll initiative now. So, roll the initiative.
Oh, I'm on -1 initiative. Nice.
Yeah.
Kindar goes tomorrow.
So Kindar, you don't get around until next session.
I know. Pushing up mobility sucks.
Am I
I
dead
don't know
yet?
why pushing mobility makes
Not
militia
yet, but
initiative.
there's plenty of time.
Oh, I take it we found some things to kill.
Don't know what you're
No,
talking
no.
about.
There's nothing in the channel.
No, actually, all the undead are our ally. Actually,
Yeah,
We're,
you're actually all now Death Knights.
Yes.
I see.
Oh man.
Well, we just creep past them if they're Death Knights.
Ha 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 ha. Charles made a funny.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay then, is that everyone? Oh, I've done Grimble. No, need to do Grimble as well.
Do you need to do? Do I need to
I've
be
done
in
yours.
the
You're fine,
Yes,
you've already been
okay.
done. You're in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay then. We're not quite in the initiative order yet, so you guys are now probably about 20 feet away from the entrance into... solid. Let's just say you crept up, you're just at the foot of the stairs, the ramp that leads into the watchtower. You've got these two heavy wooden gates which are opened inward. So imagine like here and here.
Yeah.
And they're red apparently, because that was the default colour.
Blood.
So, and ahead of you, you can see what you can see. You can see a few skeletons milling about. So we kick into initiative order. Temerity. What do you want to do?
up a little bit. Here. And attack the skeleton, I guess.
Okay, so as you move forward into the watchtower, you kind of, as you move through the front door, you kind of feel as if you've just passed through something, like a wave of cold energy passes through you. And as you do so, the two skeletons nearest you just turn and look directly at you.
That was
He's
awesome.
been practicing that. Do a good job.
That one's dead now.
So you fucking look at the skeleton and go, "You fucking what, mate?" And you hit the skeleton straight through the eye socket. As you do so, the skeleton's head detaches from its body, sails off, and clink, pins itself against the back wall. As that skeleton is fucking dead.
Manners, man, manners.
Oh no, that's not good. That's better. Let's see if I can find him in the initiative table. There we go. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yep.
So technically, you shot 100% of your rolls, your attack rolls so far this session have been crits.
Yeah.
It's usually
Well,
anyway.
Loaded digital dice. Put him in the oven for a little bit.
Okay, so a wight appears from the shadows to kind of investigate what's going on. Has a look around, sees the dead skeleton, sees you, Temerity, draws a longbow, and takes a shot. Twice. Both miss.
Both miss. 16.
Doof, doof, just pierce into the door behind you.
I give him a thumbs up.
Aishu's like, yes, hell to the yes, and he's just gonna fucking do what any Aishi would do, and he's just gonna run in and go look around and go, oh, and he's gonna just flurry a blow straight into the wight's face, because you know that's what he'd do. And but he's not gonna use his charges. So that's what, 4 attacks.
Yeah, probably.
Always feels like it. So, yep. So all 4 punch attacks land. dealing 7, 15, 23, 31 points of bludgeoning damage to the poor wight with the longbow. No, he's not dead. As he just gets pummeled in the face. Doof, 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 doof. He does, and he's not looking very good as it is. The skeleton that he ran past turns towards Aishi, limbers forwards, and just strikes out with a short sword. Dealing 7 points of slashing damage as he catches Aishi in the back as he's too focused on the wight and just slices down his back, leaving this like deep bleeding gash. Duel.
Right. Fucking hell. This is tough for me because this is not my bag one bit. I'm gonna move forwards.
Like
Maybe I'll just firebolt someone. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just firebolt that skeleton. I'll move to here.
Okay.
Oh fuck it, I can see them all now. Shit.
No.
Actually, I'll hit that white, the one that's bloody.
Okay.
I'll go firebolt on him.
That'll hit, and you do 4 points of fire damage as the motor fire
Fuck's
sails
sake.
past Daishi and just catches the wight in the shoulder, burning his cape, his cloak.
You're supposed to do a 2d10.
Yeah.
Am I?
That increases at level 5.
Yes, you can
Alright.
get that. So just roll an extra d10 and then go fix the spells.
I take it that we have very limited vision because it's supernaturally dark.
Because you're in this,
Yeah.
similar to the cavern system, the entire area, the walls, the shadows, they all press in around you in this unnatural, cold, and dark space. So you're being unnaturally blocked in your vision. Okay. Next wight. Okay. This wight is going to move up to here and make 2 longsword attacks against Aishi. Aishi's gonna be so mad if Corey's gonna be so mad if I kill him. Which is a hit. And a hit.
Oh jeez.
Shit.
I finally get revenge on Corey. No one can hit me and I do a fuck ton of damage when he's not here. So dealing 11, 14 points of slashing damage as the blade cuts 2 deep gashes across his chest. Corey needs to do a con save now, actually. It's fine. Okay, skeleton number 2 is going to pull out a short bow and take a pot shot at Duel. What is my rolls today? So Duel, as you release your firebolt, an arrow embeds itself just on the top of your arm and dealing 5 piercing damage. He's not there. So Duel takes 5 damage.
He'd be happy.
I take it all
Okay.
the blood hunters have solid off somewhere else.
So, they've gone off to one tower, you're taking on the other one.
Right.
After one of their scouts died in horrific fashion.
I had to drag the burnt old body back.
Yes.
Fun times.
Okay, the other wight is going to step out from behind the shadows and take a longbow shot against Aishi. Both missing as the arrows just sail over his head. Johanna, you go. Yeah, what's up? As she runs forwards, drawing her mace of disruption, it flaring brightly, as she turns to the skeleton and makes a mace attack. With that as well, dealing 17 points of radiant damage as he strikes the creature as it explodes in a puddle of divine energy. She turns to Aishi. 1. Moves up next to him and makes a second strike against the wight. Again hitting, dealing 13 points of radiant damage as the second weight is filled. You kind of see divine energy spreads across its body from where the mace hits and just crumbles into dust. 2! And she then casts Healing Word at level 2 on Aishi.
Does she cease being Sesame Street count?
No. Healing Word is... Oh, is that 1d4?
We're 2d4 plus wisdom.
Yeah.
2d4 plus... 2d4 plus... 3? 4? 4. So Aishi regains 8 HP. Asai.
Okay, well, I can't see what the fuck's going on, and I suspect nobody else can either.
If everyone who's moved forward can, just not you.
So I'm going to move to there, and then can I have my glowy lighty things, please?
Ooh, good plan.
Give me 30 seconds. I should really create a sheet for this. I can't find it. 1 second. Actually, I have a plan. Runs away. Bless you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, so I can now
you-
move
can
them
you
around.
move them?
Can I?
Yeah, you got access to it.
Right.
And just for information, this area is as per scale on the grid, rather unlike Draken was different, but this one is per scale.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, that uses my attack. So I'm then going to back up to there.
What in God's name are those?
Big and scary.
What the
Go
fuck
hit
is
them.
that?
I dragon cultists.
They're meant to be skeletal mages.
Yeah.
Is that your turn, Asai?
It's an action to cast it.
Yep. Okay. Ferris.
Bear's just gonna run right in. Attack that white.
Okay.
Ha!
Oh, for fuck's sake, laddie!
Jesus.
Somebody's got the linked dice. Strikes, dealing 16 points of piercing damage, and I'm going to give it an automatic prone for the crit. 'cause
Yay.
it's nice. So, and Ferris fucking flies through the air, smacking the guy in the face. He doesn't even, he just fucking punches him in the face, knocks him to the ground, just pins him down.
I know dogs like bones, but that's ridiculous.
3 for 3.
We should just wait here. You can just go and take the lich by yourself, apparently.
Okay.
I'm just here to provide ambient lighting.
And counter spells.
And counter spells. You know what'd be really cool here? An evil. Lightning bolt.
Oh.
No, don't do that.
Oh,
No,
well,
don't.
I'm not going to do
You
that
got
yet.
plenty of options.
So the skeletal mate. So as he kind of steps forward from the shadows, for those of you that can see it, you see this gangling skeleton with long, flowing black robes, a crown of bone upon its head, and clutching a gnarled wooden staff. Moves forwards, points a finger towards Johanna, and casts Melf's Acid Arrow. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the spell set up and prepared properly, so you're going to have to bear with me here.
That's quite a nasty one, as I recall.
That's not too bad. Attack rolls some damage. So.
44. So, attack roll.
I thought it was more than that.
It's not too bad.
Can I interrupt with cutting words?
Well, the attack roll missed anyway.
Okay. Never mind then.
As
What?
that's better be plus 7 actually, but as the arrow shoots past Johanna, she ducks and splashes against the back wall, leaving a sizzling outline. Grimble's turn. So Grimble's going to move forwards, and he's going to use a bonus action to go bear form.
And stays outside because he can't fit through the door.
He lumbers in. Let's just say he goes there, and he goes to make a bite. He's going to go and make a makes a bite and claw attack against that skeleton. First one hits, dealing 9, I think. Yeah, 9 points of piercing damage. But the second strike misses as he claws out as the skeleton relatively deftly darts back. Okay, this wight is going to move forward and make 2 long... This one... No, he's going to move forward and make 2 longsword attacks against Johanna. Second one hit. First one misses, but the second one hits, dealing 10 points of slashing damage. Johanna needs to make a con save against that as well. And fails.
Damn.
So Johanna's maximum HP is reduced by 10.
Fucking hell.
As you can kind of see, as the sword hits her, kind of whatever, and then you kind of just see the sword drain some of the life essence from her. She's going, oh, that didn't feel good. Ooh.
Dibs on that sword when he's dead.
The second
I think
skeleton
it's the
mage.
beastie ability, not the sword.
Yeah. He's going to make a spell attack against. He's going to use Melf's acid arrow against Grimble, the bear, which hits, dealing 14d4.
Whoa.
Ignore that.
A lot of ones at least.
Yeah, dealing.
14d4.
I fucked up. Dealing 11 points of acid damage
Yeah, it's not
as
bad.
acid coats his fur.
Who's now a bald bear.
He's now got a few bald patches. That's Meteor's form. Let's not class that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
Sorry, no. Johanna did take 2d4 damage as well on the miss. So Johanna takes an additional 4 points of damage. Okay, Kindar. It's now tomorrow, and you
After-
gotta go.
Yeah, after waiting, watching everyone, seeing what goes on, rather than just being generally slow, he's gonna go to 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, bring out the great axe, and smash this white.
Are you igniting your right or leaving it?
Yeah, ignite it, why not?
Go for
Forgot about that. So yeah, that'll be the bonus action.
it. Yep, so just remember to
And
take off
then-
your HP maximum.
Yep.
And you get advantage on this one because it's prone.
Ah, so that's a 13.
13 misses, unfortunately.
It's okay, because I can attack twice and miss twice.
And you
Yep.
miss again, unfortunately.
Oh,
as you-
and oh wait, did a 14 hit? Because I accidentally hit the greatsword there.
14
would've been
does
plus
hit.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that damage is all messed up. So that's like the greatsword one. So it would be 20 damage
So
with the 8 lightning.
excellent. So as you bring your first strike misses and strikes the ground next to the white as it kind of wiggles to the side, but as you then bring down again, severing one of its arms, and burning as lightning courses through its body.
This weapon's awesome.
Temerity.
I'm gonna step in a little bit and attack the white that's on Johanna.
Okay. If you crit, thank fuck.
I'm at
And you fire, and the arrow just flies past him, sticking into the wall behind him. Ding!
for a bonus action. I can have Ferris make an attack, so he's gonna maul at this guy on the ground next to him.
Okay. He takes the arm that's just recently chopped off, takes it in his mouth, and just slaps the white around with it. The white, both is damaged by it, but also humiliated by basically a wolf going, "Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!" And he just dies of shame.
Good boy.
Is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so this white here is dead. Aishi is going to turn and make 3 melee attacks. So he's not flurrying. Let's make sure I take that off his shit, actually. He's going to make 3 fist attacks against the white ahead of him. All 3 hit, doing 7, 16, 25 points of bludgeoning damage to the white as left, right, left. Skeleton's dead. Duel, you're up.
I'm gonna attempt to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on one of these mages. I think probably this one.
Okay.
Whether it works or not, I don't know.
That's fine. Wisdom saving throw. Fails. Which one again? Sorry, the back one.
Yeah, the one at the back. This one.
Okay, it's the purple one, I think. You see the.
Fall down.
Do you say anything to him? To it?
No, I just get out the little, the little red nose and just put it on and just give it like a little wink. And that's all it takes.
As it falls backwards, laughing, its staff clattering to the floor, and you can hear rattling as its ribs rattle, as its ribs jiggle. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Skeleton is going to make a short sword attack against Grimble, which misses. Okay, this white here is going to poke its head around from the corner and make 2 longbow shots against Kindar. Which both hit, I believe? No, the second one hits, dealing 4 points of piercing damage. And are you there, Kindar? I don't think he is. So Kindar is going to make a Constitution saving throw as well. You know, I've got so many character sheets open right now. I think my Chrome's going, "Stop doing this to me! I'm going to die soon." That's Grimble. I've got Grimble open. Kindar. Con save throw.
Got deja vu for those episodes where Matt spends half the time playing with himself.
Basically, that's how it feels right now. Kindar does take 4 points of damage, and he's taking his right damage as well, but he also loses 4 points of maximum HP. So remind me to tell him that when he gets back. Okay, Johanna is going to turn and swing her mace at the white that stabbed her, very angrily. You motherfucker. Swing! Swing! Okay, Kindar, you were hit with an arrow, losing 4 points of HP, but your max HP needs to be reduced by 4 as well, and you need to take away your right health as well. The first
Yeah, I
attack,
did
okay.
that.
So yeah, it's minus 40 max HP as well. Dealing 24 points of damage, hits for 6. Then does an extra 3 points of radiant damage, and then does an extra 4 points of radiant damage because she's pissed off. Dealing 13 points of radiant damage to the white, but it's still standing. Hasai.
Right. I'm going to initially go forward to there, so I can see what the fuck's going on. Right, we have a magic user there. Right, so we've got one down. I think I'm going to cast a level 2 chromatic orb of fire damage at the mage. That's this one.
Okay, cast away. That'll hit.
Ooh.
as you summon this small mote of energy that swirls around in your hand, glowing with a fiery warmth, and you launch it towards the skeletal mage. It strikes true, hitting straight in the chest, burning a chunk of its robes away as you deal 19 points of fire damage to the creature.
Okay, and now I've done that, I think as a bonus action I can move my light thingies.
Yep, go for it.
Oops, maybe not. Shit. Let's go with that.
Okay, we are you do
That's
yours. Ferris.
And then I'm going to go back to here.
Okay.
So I'm sort of hiding a bit.
Ferris.
Chris is gonna run over to this guy and make him die of embarrassment too.
That's unfortunately a miss.
Aw,
Anything
I
else?
miss critting. I miss critting.
I miss critting on every attack.
That's it.
Okay, so with Tasha City's Love, to remind me, do they get to repeat the save at the end of their turn? I think they do.
Yes, yeah, every time they hit and every time it's their turn.
Nope, he still thinks your
Nope.
nose is the bee's knees.
Yeah.
Okay, Grimble is going to go ahead and make a bear attack. He's going to go for a bite and claw. Bite misses, but the claw, he sweeps away, he bites away, and the skeleton just kind of bashes him away with his shield. He's like, fuck that. Swings the claw and just straight through, turning it into a pile of bones on the floor. Rawr, 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 rawr. And he takes an additional 2d4 acid damage from the previous missile attack,
Jeez.
as the acid still drips into his fur. See, it's not as bad, it's not as good as you thought. Okay, the white is going to make another 2 sword attacks against Johanna. One missing, one hitting, dealing 12 points of slashing damage. Not going well. Can you see Johanna's health bar, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Maging McMageface. He's not happy. He's going to turn and do a thing. Okay, so he's going to turn. He points finger towards. How can I do this? Actually, he's going to move around. He's going to maneuver slightly to here. Points a finger out.
Shit.
Mutters an incantation.
How dare you point at me?
And a burst of lightning jumps through his finger and shoots towards you. I need Johanna, Temerity, and Duel to make a dex saving throw.
Boo!
What? Okay, you both survive. Both of you make the save, but you still take. Oops. So you both take 12 points of lightning damage, and Johanna takes 25. Johanna's not looking very good. And the mage is then going to move around the corner. Kindar.
Seeing the lightning, I'm gonna go after the mage instead of that white behind me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run up to here and then gonna smack him twice.
They'll both hit.
So it's 34.
So you do 34 points of slashing and lightning damage, as
Flashlight.
the mage is kind of like some dark sprat, kind of quite feeling chuffed with itself that it's just done quite a lot of damage, and then turns and just sees this giant orc barreling down as you slice once, twice against it, and as you hit with the second time, you just completely shred the fucker to bits. Bones clatter to the floor, and the robes just burn up as the staff snaps as the creature falls to the ground dead.
I'm gonna start laughing and look very similar to the guy next to me.
As you turn, you see Duel's red nose, and you realise what's so funny. Temerity.
I am gonna take another shot against this guy that's on Johanna. She's not looking too good right now.
No,
Motherfucker!
that's a miss.
And I'm gonna Ferris make an attack. Ha! There it is.
Ferris is putting you to shame this time, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's just transferred it over.
So Ferris lunges forward and just pounces on the white, knocking him to the ground. As he does. Aishi is going to go ahead and make a few attacks. So, an arm strike against the white in front of Johanna. Punch! You see her snap as the creature's head snaps backwards. Aishi looks pretty pleased with himself. He looks around, weighs his options up, runs up to where Ferris is, and makes another 2 attacks against the downed white with advantage. Both striking, dealing 19 points of bludgeoning damage. Duel.
I'm gonna move forwards a little bit, just have a look. There. And then also I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Johanna at level 2. Yeah. Sure. 7.
Oh, you tried. Thanks.
Alright, dickhead, I won't bother in future. Fucking hell.
Is that your turn? Oh no, you've still got an action, haven't you?
Well. Okay, yeah, white. I'll go for the white. Now, if I remember rightly, if I try and do intelligence stuff on them, it doesn't work, does it?
Whites maybe. They're a bit more
Whites
intelligent
maybe.
than your average bear.
Okay. I'm gonna do.
This thing's taking quite a lot of damage.
It is blood.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just firebolt him. I feel like that's. Or vicious mockery.
One got shamed to death. Why not shame the other one?
Yeah, I'm gonna vicious mockery on him.
It's a wisdom save, is it?
Yes, please.
Save. Taking 3 points of psychic damage.
That's not really important. He's got disadvantage as well, so.
Okay. He's got disadvantage on attacks, does he?
Yes. The next one.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, the white is going to make 2 weapon attacks against this wolf that's pinning him to the ground. First one disadvantage, second one not. So I'm guessing the first one misses?
10, yeah, 10 misses.
Yeah, and 19 to hit. I'm guessing that does.
19 does hit.
Dealing 9 points of slashing damage as he stabs up and just gets Ferris in the chest. Arr! Johanna, looking around. Oh, I don't feel too good. And she casts Cure Wounds on herself at 3rd level. Regaining 15 HP. Oh, that's better. Okay. Who's left? And she moves over towards the white.
The mage.
That's the one. Asai.
Okay. Right.
Don't think too hard. There's only 2 things left and they're both nearly dead.
Yeah. Well, one hasn't. The mage hasn't been touched at all.
No. Oh, well, no, he hasn't.
Yeah. So I will not do that one. I will go and kill the white. If I can get at it. Can I get at it?
You can move to here.
Okay, and I'm going to make 2 rapier attacks with. I'm also going to try and use the green flame cantrip.
You have advantage on these as well. That'll hit. So don't worry about the second one. As you kind of pierce down into the white as it's stabbing up at Ferris, just straight through the neck. As you do, your sword glows very slightly, and you gain 2 temporary HP.
Ooh.
But as you kind of feel this chill wash over you as you do so.
Ugh. Horrid thing. Die.
Okay, Ferris's turn.
Okay. I've
unless
still
you
got some
want to-
movement, haven't I?
Yeah.
So in which case I will move up. Whoops, not my light. Put my light back. Ah. Have. Right. Actually, I suppose I've got another attack, haven't I? Oh fuck it! No, I'll. No, I will I will stand there and I will. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Ferris.
Ferris is gonna run right past him and take this guy down.
Go for it with advantage on the attack. 19 will hit, dealing 12 points of piercing damage. So he needs to make both. No, he's already prone, so it doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
But he does get to make a wisdom saving throw.
He gets
Which is
advantage
why I
as
hadn't
well.
attacked him until after his turn.
Okay.
But I suppose Ferris isn't the most
Still
tactical.
not enough.
Spell DC's 14, isn't it?
15.
15. That's fine. That's for that was
Okay.
for Duel. All right then.
He fucking loves it.
Oh, he's just like Ferris has just nibbled off one of his legs and he's fucking loving life or unlife.
He's into the biting, and Ferris is a little awkward now.
So his turn. He's going to repeat his save. Still fails. Grumble is going to kind of wander over, but he can't quite get through, so he's going to just stand there. Oh. That was dead. Kindar.
I'm gonna stop laughing suddenly and then bring the axe down on him.
Both with advantage, so that's one attack.
So 15
15 hits
and then
and 25 hits. So
If he
was that
doesn't die, I
28
do get
damage?
3 rolls. So. Yeah.
So you slam your axe down, chopping off one of the creature's arms again, dealing. Woohoo! Nearly lost my book. 28
okay.
points. 30. No, yeah.
It goes up by 9. So
Okay.
yeah, because of the fighting style
Yeah.
things, I can reroll the 1 and 2.
That's fine. How would you like to do this?
Just stop laughing, and while he's still laughing, just bring the axe right into the face.
Okay. So the skeleton maid's laughing.
I want to not
Rattling
cut
as he
through the
goes.
mouth, though, like above the mouth, so his mouth is still like smiling when he dies.
Okay.
Like
So
that's still there.
Kindar sit there. As you bring the axe down, just chop it right above the jawline. As you do so, the jaw is still just for a second, and still chattering away, just kind of chomping against the blade of your axe. As it just kind of falls limp on the floor. And with that is where we're going to end today's session.
Cool.
So we'll leave it there. Hopefully Corey will be joining us the next session. I don't know if Daz will be, unfortunately, based on his last message, which is unfortunate.
shame.
But I'll continue running Grimble for the time. So next week, 2 weeks' time, will be the last session. Depending on how we go, it may overrun a bit. The way I've prepared it, I don't think we will. I think we'll have just enough time to fit everything in. But I'm not going to say, oh no, you're halfway through the boss fight, but it's 6 o'clock, so bye everybody, see you, never
You're right, dude.
disappear. Yes, Big boss cast power word kill 6 times, you'll die. So don't.
It's okay,
So
we're counter spell.
just be prepared. Yeah, you can spell like one of them until you run out of spell slots. So just be prepared for next time, just in case the session. I don't foresee it running over a bit, but half hour maybe, and we'll just take it as it goes. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did.
Yes, I did.
Always do.
And
It did actually turn out quite well.
I was quite pleased with that. As I said, I'm sorry if it felt a little bit railroady in places, but I kind of
cool.
had to bring it to a close. So for those of you, if anybody's watching on the stream at home, thank you very much. Everyone, I'll put this from there. Everyone, wave goodbye. So
Bye.
thank you very much for watching. We will conclude this in 2 weeks' time. If you're interested, you like this, we do run a weekly game on Wednesday nights around 7ish if you want to watch that. Some of the previous stuff's in the videos on demand. See you at some point. Bye bye.